This is Rainier Avenue Radio .world.
Wash your hands, don't touch your face, wipe things down, clean up your space. When you cough and sneeze, do responsibly. If you feel you're getting ill, isolate at home and chill. No, you're not alone. Please pick up your phone and call 206-477-3977. King County 206-477-3977. Public Health 206-477-3977. King County 206-477-3977. Public Community Radio Station will provide you with more information. Say Rainier Avenue Radio. Your community radio station will provide you with more information. Rainier Avenue Radio.
Atlantic Street Center has been serving the children, youth, and families of the Seattle-King County area since 1910. We partner with families and communities to raise healthy, successful children and youth through services including...
Welcome to Memorial Stadium. This is Rick Dupree along with Mike Yasutaki bringing you coverage of our first game of the season here on Rainier Avenue Radio. The Sealth Seahawks and the Lakeside Lions, and we are just underway here. Lakeside took the opening kickoff all the way to the 44-yard line of Sealth, and now they have a 1st and 10 on the Sealth 31-yard line. And Mike, I tell you what, we got the sunny skies here, and we are at Memorial Stadium. Sunny skies in Seattle. Can you believe it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Am I in? Okay.
All right, so the Seahawks, or rather I should say the Lions, 1st and 10 on the 31, and they're going to call a timeout here, Mike. So, again, trying to make sure they you have a great opportunity here, 1st and 10 on the Sealth 31-yard line. And so, again, the Lakeside Lions trying to make sure that they know what they're doing. Coach Mike Lingo, I should say, called a timeout, and now they're discussing on the field there offensively what they want to do. So Sealth comes into this game 1-0. They were a 32-27 winner over Bellingham. Lakeside, on the other hand, lost to Shorewood by a score of 35-15. Yeah. So that is what we have right now, and we are so happy that you are here. And we're going to kind of give you the rundown of what we have, not only later today, but also the season. Again, this is game number 1 right here on Rainier Avenue Radio, and you can tune in every Friday evening and hear live coverage of Metro League football. We'll take you all the way to the state championships as usual. The Lions, the handoff up the middle, and some yardage there.
What they're doing, Lakeside, is they're spreading them out and trying to run in between the guard tackle gap. That's what it's looking like.
So a pickup of about 6 yards on that carry. And the Lions will have 2nd and 4. Yeah, we'll call it a long 4 on the 26-yard line of the Sealth Seahawks. So in the gun.
They got a flanker on the right. Okay.
There we go. Hey, and
almost that was a bad exchange. I almost fumbled the ball.
Yeah, quarterback Thomas Ephraim. He from 6'5", senior, and not able to handle the ball. You know, Mike, one of the things I noticed here in prep football, and something or I say high school football, I'll call it. Back in our day, you didn't see it. You know, obviously you had the Dallas Cowboys and Tom Landry introduced the shotgun and what have you. But, you know, now everybody's lining up the long snapper or the kind of short snap, you know, but not under the center, under the center.
They're doing the pistol or the shotgun, modified shotgun.
So Thomas Ephraim now. Ephraim is back. He's got one running back to his right, 2 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. And Ephraim looking to his right. He's got a receiver over the middle. It's caught. Down to the 5. Touchdown. Nice. Lakeside strikes first. Nsefo Nolawir
Rick,
And
that was a pure influence play because they set up strong right and they came right over the middle on that slant. It was wide open. They overloaded.
So I believe that was 24 yards. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, I believe it was 24 yards. Oh, they were on the 26-yard line, I believe. So a 26-yard touchdown pass from Ephraim to Nola Weir. And the Lakeside Lions on the scoreboard first here in the first quarter. They strike with 8:57 to play here in the first quarter.
Snap is good.
And the kick is up, and it is waiting for it. It is good. Look good from here, but I was waiting for the referees to just confirm that. So the Lions, again, a 26-yard touchdown pass.
Well, you know, anytime there's early season games, the kicking game is an adventure.
It is. It really is.
All phases, punting,
Yeah.
Field goal, extra point. Yeah.
And, that seems to be at every level, regardless, which is like,
That's
come
true.
on.
Yeah.
And those are things that I remember, playing under, the Godfather, if you will, Don James at UW.
Yep.
We worked on those things ad nauseum.
Yes.
And Monday, after the weekend game, we had the entire team would go into the film room, and at that time it was films, and they would splice all of the kicking plays together. And Don James himself would critique every single play.
Right.
And so it was just something, again, and we drilled it in. So
Yeah.
if you're the hands team, if you're the receiving team, kicking team, punt, whatever it was, and they just did that repetition. So there was no excuse ever for if it was punt that you didn't have all 11 guys, the right guys on the field.
Right. During that time, you didn't see very many kickoff returns against the Huskies. They couldn't kick coverage. That was one of the things, like you said, they drilled and they took pride in that. That showed up. Kicking game is still an important phase, though.
Oh yeah, it is critical, and that is, games are won and lost there. People don't realize that.
Right.
So again, if you just joined us, 8:57 left to go in the first quarter here. Game number 1, and the Lakeside Lions strike first, a 26-yard touchdown pass from quarterback.
Wow, that's a strong kicker.
Yeah, from quarterback Thomas Ephraim to Nisefo Nolawir. And both seniors, and the Lions are on the scoreboard first here. We are live at Memorial Stadium. Mike Yasutake, he of the Yasutake twins, and dare I say, the better looking of the two.
That's great. Thank you.
Who's the older?
He's by 2 minutes.
John's the older. Okay, yeah. So you will defer. You'll be nice.
Right, exactly.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Kickoff was Benton Tamerlane. He had a strong leg. They put that touchback.
So the Lions quarterback hands off up the middle. There's some room.
Nice hole. There was a nice hole off guard.
And pickup of about 4, maybe 5 yards. And running back was Xavier Wynn, 5'8", 155-pound junior. And quarterback Isaac Martinez, 6'3", 180 senior. Yeah. Handed the ball off to him. So we are just underway. Space Needle smiling down on us, staring at us right here. So it'll be second, and let's see, they mark it right at the 25. So it'll be 2nd and 5. That was a 5-yard pickup for a win.
Double wides.
So Martinez, and whistles blow.
On that previous play, number 65 for Lakeside lost his helmet, so he has to set out a play. Lincoln Wilmore, number 65. He's back in.
And Lincoln's parents right in front of us here, Larry and Kathy. Yeah. And they're proud of their son out there.
Yeah.
And we told him we'd say the name right. I would call it, what is it, Will Burr? What? No. I was just messing with him.
Yeah.
All right, so penalty goes against the Seahawks, so they lose that 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 10. 5-yard penalty back to the 20-yard line. 8:26 to play here in quarter number 1. Lakeside leading Chief Sealth by a score of 7-0. Quarterback Isaac Martinez has a receiver open, but overthrows him. Jamal Guy was there. Jamal Guy Jr., forgive me, I should say, was there, but the ball just a little high and a little before Jamal Guy was expecting it. And so it falls incomplete. That'll make it 3rd down and 10 for the Seahawks at their own 20-yard line.
That was a little choice route. It looked like he had a choice of going in or out, and he took him to the sideline, just overthrown.
Yeah. And those are things, I mean, you talk about those timing things, but you got to trust one another and know But in a situation like that, quarterback kind of got to wait just a little bit to make sure to see which choice the receiver's making.
Right.
So the line's in there 3-4.
Motion. Oh, somebody
And
jumped.
had some movement
Yeah.
there. And I believe it's, some movement on the Seahawks side of the ball. So another illegal procedure that'll go back another 5 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 15. So far here, the Chief Sealth Seahawks kind of shooting themselves in the foot. A couple of mistakes here. They got a good first down play, got 5 yards, and it was nullified by an illegal procedure and another one. Right. So 3rd and 15 on the 15-yard line, their own 15-yard line, I should say. So if you just tuned in, I'm Rick Dupree along with Mike Yasutaki. Game number 1 here at Memorial Stadium, live right here on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Double wides on either side. That's a
handoff, win up the middle, past the 20, out to about the 23, and then is met by still on his feet, but the whistle blows, and Xavier Wynn, 5'8", 155-pound junior. I tell you what, Mike, he runs with some authority there.
Yeah, there was a nice little hole there. He cut it up inside, made some good yardage on it, and kept his feet moving, kept driving.
Yeah, kept those legs churning. That's
right.
So pickup of about 9 out to the 24-yard line, but it will make it a 4th and 6. And so the Seahawks back to kick and deep to receive for the Lakeside Lions. One of the captains, Connor Kirk, 5'10", 160-pound senior wide receiver. Should say wide receiver and safety. And kick, it's a short kick, almost blocked.
Almost blocked, yeah.
Goes down, it's going to go out of bounds right around, let's see, midfield. Let's see where they spot it. They spot it at the 49-yard line. So the Lakeside Lions will take over at their own 49-yard line. With 7:27 left to go here in quarter number 1, Lakeside leading Sealth by a score of 7-0.
As a thought, they scored. They moved the ball fairly well, and they scored on the pass. Let's see if they continue to open it up until Sealth can stop it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, good point. They put the ball in the air, and and really with some success that first drive. And so here, drive number 2, we'll see what they're able to do. So again, I want to remind you that we are bringing you coverage of prep football here all season long. This is game number 1. Game number 2 tonight, Lincoln and Garfield. That'll be at 7:45 immediately following this ball game. Whistle blows. Let's see what's waiting for the referee. I didn't see anything, Mike. We'll see.
I looked for his hand signal. I didn't. So what it is
now? The officials coming out and they're conferring. 3 of them there on the 43-yard line.
I'm seeing 11 on each side, so it wasn't.
Whoever blew the whistle.
Yeah.
Okay, now 4th official comes in. They're conferring. We don't know what. Okay, they separate. Let's see what the call is.
Nope.
No, okay, so nothing.
Call. Nope.
So they decided.
Trips right.
So trips right to the wide side of the field for quarterback Thomas Ephraim, I should say. Ephraim, quick pass over the middle. He's got a receiver. Yep. He's got it past midfield to the 40 and knocked down at about the 35-yard line. And that was number 1, Matthew Zoot.
Yep, same formula, just underneath, just short underneath route.
And I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Chou. Zoot, maybe? Well, that's what we'll call him Matthew. He's a captain.
Okay.
And nice pickup there into Sealth territory at about the 37-yard line. So far, Lakeside has had a lot of success putting the ball in the air and spreading it out. They got 2 receivers to the bottom side or the left side of the field, single receiver to the right, 1 back. And whistles blow again. And I'm trying to see if the play clock, what are they saying?
Sideline warning? Is that what that is? No. Official timeout. Okay.
Our play clock.
It is a clock.
Okay, so play clock,
I
think wasn't working properly. So the official was kind of giving some instruction to, or I should say, explaining it to the Lakeside coach.
Now that's a power formation. And that's it. Okay. There's
the handoff off the left side. Got some room there.
Right.
And that is Jacob Blanchfield picks up about, give him about 3, maybe 4 yards.
Yeah.
Let's see where they spot it. Spotted at the 34, so 3-yard pickup.
Yeah. That's an inside handoff. And he hit that hole. what they're doing is they're giving them a power look, and then what they did is they came back like a cross series coming across.
Yeah. So 2nd and 7 for Lakeside at the Sealth 34-yard line. Lions leading the Seahawks by a score of 7-0. 6:15 left to go here in quarter number 1. And quarterback Thomas Ephraim looking. He's got pressure, trying to get away, and there's a flag. He's going to be stopped. He's going to be sacked back for about a 6-yard loss, and a flag back there as well holding. Now, you know, if I'm Sealth, I'm declining that penalty because you got a loss on the sack and the down. Well, let's see what the call is. But it certainly looked like a holding call on Lakeside.
Penalty flag is holding.
Yep, that is it. And likely Sealth will decline it. Yep, and they do. They'll take the play, which was about a 7-yard loss on the sack.
Play stands. Making it 3rd down.
Check that, a 6-yard loss. So it'll be 3rd and 13 at the 40-yard line. They've got to get all the way down to the 27-yard line. So there's pressure. Ephraim didn't do a great job that time. He had a running back blocking the incoming lineman, and you know, again, he just kind of stood there. You got to feel that, and you've either got to go to your left or your right, get away from that,
or get rid of it.
Yeah, he didn't do that time. Ephraim looking. He's got some pressure from the back. Now he's going to cut it up. He's to the 35. He's got some room. Breaks a tackle to the 30, and a first down and a flag right there at the end of the play. So we'll see. I'm not sure. I didn't see a hold, but we'll see. But Ephraim, a nice scramble, and takes it all the way down to the 25-yard line. So if the play stands, let's see, they mark it let's see where they mark it.
I saw a Lakeside player down the field. I don't know if they called him for a hold or illegal block. So
again, you see the officials conferring. That's one thing I don't understand. I mean, if you're official, you threw the flag, you know what the call is. Let's make it. And so I don't know what you got to confer about, but we'll see what the call is. If the play stands, it'll be a first down. Quarterback Thomas Ephraim, one of the senior co-captains, nice scramble and broke a couple of tackles, made some guys miss. Took it all the way down close to the 25-yard line, but we are waiting on the officials' call here with the flag. And they say personal foul.
What is?
On Lakeside. Okay.
So it had to be something in the vicinity of the quarterback.
Right.
Lakeside, a player made an illegal block or something. It was something. I saw that personal foul.
Yeah. So now they're going. Okay, that's 15 yards. Yeah. Should be from the spot of the foul. Let's see where they. Okay, so they're going to mark it. They're going to mark it back at the 46-yard line.
Wow.
So you'll replay the down. It'll be 3rd down again, but now it's going to be 3rd and about what is that? 7.
Almost
8, 9, about 19 yards. So it's going to be about 3rd and 19.
Yeah.
If my math is accurate. But I tell you what, the lines have shown they're going to spread it out. So they got trips to the left, to the wide side of the field, single receiver to the right.
Single back.
4-man rush for Chief Sealth. Ephraim, a little pressure. Rolls to his right. He's got a man, throws a little bit high, and it is incomplete. He had a receiver there. He was looking for Nefeso. Nicefo.
Yep.
Nolawira, who caught the 26-yard touchdown pass. But there is a flag, and it looks like a hold.
Holding.
So again, if you're Sealth, you decline it. It's going to be 4th down. So again, getting a little sloppy here, and again, you expect that the first week or two. I mean, if you see it at the collegiate, the pro level, you're going to see it here at the high school level.
Most definitely, yeah.
It's funny, the Garfield, Reggie Witherspoon, who I believe, I think it's, I don't know who it's through. They pick have 10 plays and say pick the play. Fans can vote on it and the play of the week. And Reggie Witherspoon at Garfield had, I think it was about a 56-yard catch and run.
Wow.
It was actually a little screen pass, and he broke some tackles. And I think he's going to win it. I looked at the voting yesterday, and he had over 2,000 votes, and the closest to him had less than 1,000. But yeah, we were talking, and he said, he said we made a lot. They lost their first game. He said, man, we just made a lot. We just made too many mistakes.
Yeah.
So something they got to clean up. He said, we feel they played Lake Stevens. So again, starting out the season playing a tough 4A opponent.
Yeah.
And he just said, Rick, we were the better team. We just didn't execute. So that's something that, you talk about. And for me, being in a program like Washington with Don James, that discipline, the regiment, you know what you're doing.
Right. You can have the best scheme, the best players, but if you don't execute, it goes for naught.
Yeah. Yeah.
It always happens.
So Chief Sealth taking over at its 12-yard line, I should say, 1st and 10. Handoff right up the middle. I believe that's Wynn, and he puts his head down. He's across the 15-yard line. The pile's pushing forward. Still going. No whistle yet. He's across the 20-yard line now. That's going to be about a 12-yard pickup, and the last 7-8 yards of it was in the pile, and they just kind of pushed it forward.
That looked like old-fashioned football. Like
yeah.
With the leather helmets, no helmets.
Really, no face mask, leather.
Yeah.
Coach Al Roberts over at O'Day, I was telling one of our students in Seattle Academy, her brother plays for O'Day. And I said, well, Coach Al, was my coach. He said, oh, yeah, we love Coach Al. But Coach Al used to always talk about when he was my coach at UW. Yeah, he said, I played the days when after practice, you take the helmet off, you fold it up, put it in your back pocket.
Right.
You get out.
Exactly. Right.
All right, 1st and 10, and a little crossbook action.
Right.
And the handoff to Wynn. Wynn goes to the left side, and he's got a good maybe 5-6 yards there. So Xavier Wynn, junior, he is the workhorse, 5'8", 155.
Yeah, he has. He keeps his feet moving. That's something you can drill, but a lot of that is, like you said, desire yards after contact.
Yeah, you look at that, and Ken, how many yards is the guy getting that positive yards? Those positive yards after that first contact.
Yep.
Can they get it to the second level? And tell you what, Xavier Wynn showing that he is a player. So 2nd, and they're going to give him 5-yard pickup on that run. 2nd and 5 for Sealth. 3:45 left to go here. A little crossbuck action again, and Wynn, but nowhere to go this time. He's going to lose about 3. Yeah,
right. It was good containment.
So they kind of faked it going to the right, handed off to Wynn going to the left, but there was nothing doing there. So that's going to make it a 3rd and about, let's see where they spotted 3rd. They spotted at the 28-yard line. So it's going to be a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 6 to go.
Yeah,
they got to get out to the 34-yard line.
Yeah.
So they got twins on both sides, 2 receivers on the left, 2 on the right. And the throw. And almost picked off. And I tell you what, it was there. So
he telegraphed that.
Yeah.
He automatically, everybody in the stadium knew where that ball was going, Rick.
And Izzy Mbatai, he that was the DB there, the corner for Lakeside. And boy, I tell you what, he made a jump on the ball and just didn't get it. But yeah, that kind of play, and again, that's you have to throw it up and over the shoulder, for the receiver. And so that'll make it 4th down, and Lakeside, or rather I should say Sealth, will punt once again. And the deep man for Lakeside, number 3, Connor Kirk, back at his 40-yard line.
Sidewinder kick.
And he's going to field it, and goes right down. Yeah. Yep. But he was able to field it right there. So he'll go down at about the 37, 38-yard line is where they'll spot it. So it'll be 1st and 10, the 3rd series for the Lakeside Lions, leading by a score of 7-0 here. 2:57 left to go in quarter number 1. We are live at Memorial Stadium. I'm Rick Dupree. The guy next to me, that voice you hear, that is Mike Yasutaki. And don't go anywhere, because game number 2 is going to feature your twin brother, John Yasutaki. And John, who's doing play-by-play with you? Who's? Michael Lloyd. So it'll be Michael Lloyd and John Yasutaki bringing you game number 2. And that will feature Lincoln and Garfield. I may have to stick around and see a little bit of that game. And then make sure to join us next week. I'll give you that lineup in just a minute. The handoff.
That's the power state again.
Jacob Blanchfield. Blanchfield cuts it up on the left side, or right side, I should say. And he's close to a 1st down. Yeah, they're going to call it a 9-yard gain.
Right. You're splitting 2 receivers, and they have a flanker, and that's a power set, and that's exactly where he ran right off.
And running to that strong side, yeah.
And then that sets up the play action pass too.
So make sure to tune in next week where we bring you O'Day and Rainier Beach at 5 o'clock. That'll be followed by Ballard and Lincoln at 7:45. So again, this is week number 1, but we're going to bring you Metro League football every week right here at Memorial Stadium, right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. 2nd and 1. Handoff again, and that is Blanchfield. And he's got some room, and he's going to have a 1st. And then
flag.
after the tackle, flag is thrown. So let's see what. Okay, and the official is going to come in and confer. Let's see what the call is. Okay,
Holding.
they're going to hold.
Holding.
That hold had to happen right there around the line of scrimmage, so that let's see where they mark it off. Because I believe now most of the time, if not all, it's from the spot of the foul.
Right.
So it's not from the line of scrimmage. Yeah, holding on
Yeah,
Lakeside.
it was downfield. It looked like it was downfield.
Yeah, so that should be a 10-yard penalty. So that'll probably make it 2nd and about 10 to go. Let's see where they spot it. Yeah, they spot it right there, the 38-yard line. So, okay, so it'll be spot it right there at the 38. It'll be 2nd and 9. So you lose that big gain you had on the first down play, but we'll see what happens here.
Power right this time. Split left and power right.
So you've got 2 receivers to the right, 1 down at the short side of the field on the left.
Yep. Rolling right.
Ephraim rolling, looking, and he's going to tuck it and run. He's out to the 45, pass almost close, close to the first down, almost
real close, very close.
So
he's
Thomas
got some
Ephraim,
wheels.
Yeah. Ephraim, they list him at 6'5", and he's pretty lanky.
Wow.
And he's made some good decisions there. He's got some quick feet, and they are he's about a half a yard short. I mean, it's less than a half yard short of the first down.
Wow.
So,
well, he's very decisive. He knows where he's going. He gets upfield. If he can't get the pass, he gets upfield. Getting yardage, positive yardage.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what you want. You make that decision and get it done.
Right. Plant that foot in the ground and just get it up north-south.
All right, so
Power
third and less than a yard to go.
Yep.
Ephraim's get the snaps, hands off, right up the middle, and they got the first down and right out to about midfield. And I believe that is Jacob Blanchfield, 5'11", 185-pound junior running back.
Right. Nice blocking on the left side of Lakeside's line. They created a nice gap for that runner. It was well executed on that one.
And so it is 1st and 10 for the Lakeside Lions right at midfield.
I smell a pass. You know, they got power left. They got a flanker. Well, actually, he's a slotman. Yep, there it is.
So Ephraim looking to his right, to his left. Now he's going to tuck and try to run, but he is going to be sacked. And in there for the sack, I believe that is big number 50 for Stealth. That is Muhammad
Abdirrahman.
I'm just going to say Muhammad.
Okay.
5'11", 220-pound
wow.
lineman, junior.
Yeah.
And he's going to sack Ephraim for a 2-yard loss back to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, they were looking to pass. They didn't give him enough time. That was good defense by Muhammad. You got trips right. Single back. Oh.
And it's a movement.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be into the quarter. But no, they'll flag before that, so there will be a penalty.
What they're doing is they're like you said, they're either splitting people out and then they're putting a flanker or in power formation with the single back. And basically, like you said, all they're doing is either crossbuck, what we used to call crossbuck,
right.
across the face, or just direct dive.
Yeah.
And
the crossbuck, for you listening may not know, again, you fake as if you're going to hand it off one way and go back the other way.
Exactly.
Get some action in the back. So kind of try to get the defense leaning one way, then bring it back the other way.
Come back the other way. Right. Yeah. But all of the running plays is setting up their passing play. Yeah. They're running that play action. Yep.
So penalty on the play takes Lakeside back to the 38-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 18 to go. Ephraim finds a man over the middle, and the whistle blows and he breaks loose. It's going to go. He's going to go all the way. That is Matthew Zoo, and he's going to go 57 yards. And I tell you what, the horn went off, and I think that distracted some of the defenders, and they stopped. And he kept going. 56 yards, touchdown, Lakeside.
Everybody just fell asleep. They just relaxed.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. It was just this simple pattern, just go over the middle and just slant, and then he was gone. Missed tackle.
Yeah, missed tackle right there. So he was hit as he caught the ball right around midfield.
Right.
And like you said, it was just a slant pattern. He just from the line of scrimmage just kind of went across the middle.
Yeah.
But there was no defender behind. And again, when he caught the ball and was hit initially, the horn went off, signifying that, the end of the quarter. And I think that distracted some of the defenders because they kind of stood around.
Yeah.
And he went. So 56 yards later, it is a touchdown.
Yeah.
And here at the end of one, Lakeside leading Chief Sealth by a score of 14-0.
Right.
So that does it for the first quarter of action. I want to remind you, hey, Seattle, here's some storage tips to love food and to stop waste. Onions make potatoes sprout faster. Keep onions away from potatoes. Ripe bananas give off gas that makes the fruit around them ripen faster. Store bananas away from other fruits. And 40% of food in the U.S. goes uneaten. Save money, food, and the planet. Visit Seattle Public Utilities for tips. So again, if you are just tuning in, I'm Rick Dupree along with Mike Yasutaki, and we are bringing you live action here from Memorial Stadium. And at the end of one quarter, Lakeside leading Chief Sealth by a score of 14-0. And the Lions trying to snap back from a 35-15 loss last week to Shorewood, whereas Chief Sealth comes in here. They won their first game, a 32-27 winner over Shorewood. Also, I want to remind our Rainier Avenue Radio listeners that we'll be hosting debates for the 5 cities of Seattle council positions in October. And you can attend any of those debates for free or watch them live right here on Rainier Avenue Radio as we, on our broadcast media networks, I should say. Seattle City Council Position 1 will be October 3rd, live from South Seattle Community College. And then on October 3rd, all right, that is October 3rd. Forgive me. October 4th will be City Council Position District number 2. That'll be live from our home, the Columbia City Theater. Again, that's on October 4th. Then on October 10th, position number 3 will be live from the Broadway Performance Hall. And then on October 13th, Seattle City Council Position District 4 will be live from the University of Washington Hub Conference Center. Again, that's on October 13th. Then on October 17th, the City Council District number 5 debate will be held at North Seattle Community College. You can check all of those out right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. Rainier Avenue Radio wants to help assist you to be an informed voter. And as the kickoff here at the start of the second quarter goes into the end zone, so Chief Sealth to have it on their own 20-yard line.
That was interesting kick. It checked up before the goal line, and the Sealth player was alert enough to run back to make sure it went in the end. And if didn't make it in the end zone,
because again, if it doesn't go in the end zone, that's a live ball. Yeah, it's a live ball. Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see what Sealth does now. They're going to still commit to the run to set up if they have a passing game and see what they do. They've been effective running off tackle, straight dive.
So here we go, quarter number 2 starting. Chief Sealth with the ball on its own 20-yard line.
Double wides out.
Yep. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. And quick pass, little screen out, and that is Norman. I'm not going to try to pronounce Norman's last name. I'll work on it. But he is stopped for no gain. A good tackle coming up. Lakeside, the safety there, or the cornerback, I should say there, making the stop for no gain. So it'll be 2nd and 10. And, I'm not sure how to pronounce Norman's last name there, Mike, so I'm not even going to give it a try. I don't want his parents calling and get mad at me. So we'll just call him Norman. He's number 10. Yep. Norman N.
Right.
Ngana Volalas.
Nande Volalas. I don't want to butcher the name.
Yeah. Sorry. We don't have a pronunciation guide, so I apologize. 2nd down. And, coming in from the backside, and that is Will Albrecht with the sack. And Will Albrecht, 6'2", 190-pound junior, coming in with the safety blitz, and he tackles the quarterback for a loss. Isaac Martinez back to the, looks like about the 13-yard line, so that's going to make it 3rd and 17 to go.
Right. The quarterback just had a conference with his receivers. They weren't in the place he was looking for. That's why he got sacked, because when he looked downfield, they were all out of position.
You've got it. You got to be aware and alert and ready. Yeah.
Right.
But wise decision. Sometimes Mike, you take the sack. Yeah. It's better, and you live to play another play instead of turning the ball over.
Exactly.
So 3rd and long and rolling. Martinez to his left. And, he's got a receiver open the deep pass. And just overthrows. Tell you what, Martinez showed the arm that he has, and he was looking there for
Naode Rusan.
Yep. Naode Rusam.
Yep.
And Rusam, a senior.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you what, Martinez showed he had quite an arm, was rolling to the right-hander, rolled to the left and set and threw it. Up. And Rusam had he had the defender beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the ball just over a little bit too far. He couldn't get to it. So that'll make it 4th down, and Chief Sealth will be forced to punt once again. If you just joined us, we have 10:23 left to play in the first half. Lakeside leading Chief Sealth by a score of 14-0. And so far, the Lions have really dominated the game. Their passing game has been exemplary, and a quarterback, their quarterback Thomas Ephraim has 2 touchdown passes, a 26-yarder and a 56-yarder. The 26-yarder went to, and I'm trying to pronounce the names, Nsefo Nolawir. And that was a 26-yard, the first touchdown for Lakeside. And the second one was a 56-yard pass to another of the co-captains, Matthew, I believe it's Zhou, pronounce it Z-H-O-U. And if you're listening and I'm pronouncing it wrong, please forgive me. And go ahead and send a message in to us and give me the pronunciation. We'll get it right for you.
Good field position for Lakeside.
Yeah, the punt, and the Lions have it on the Seahawks 47-yard line.
Yeah.
1st and 10, leading 14-0 here at Memorial Stadium. We are live, and the sign on there says Leon H. Brigham Field. We know it better as Memorial Stadium, home of one of the greatest high school football games, Garfield and Blanchette, back in 1976, I believe it was.
Right.
Joe Steele and our mayor, Bruce Harrell, were the stars, Bruce for Garfield and Joe Steele for Blanchette. And, the ball's out. As picked up by, so the running back, Isaac Martinez, lost the ball. It was picked up by number 34. And he's going to take it all the way. Mike, I'm trying to see if he went in for the touchdown. Yeah, it is a touchdown.
Graham Hall
picked up the fumble, so the ball was out. And check that. I said that was a Jacob Blanchfield.
Yeah.
And the ball came out, and
security.
Tell you what, Graham Hall picked it up, and he ran, I believe it was about 62 yards or 60. Yeah, I believe it was right there about the 38-yard line. Or check that. It was right around 40, here, about the 40. Yeah, about the 45. So it's about a 55-yard return. My goodness. And just like that, Sealth is on the scoreboard and making it a ball game.
Kick is good. Wow, different ball game.
It is a ball game just like that.
Yeah. Carrying that ball, like we said, the 5 pressure points or 7 pressure points, and you lose any one of those pressure points, that ball's going to come out.
Yeah.
Sure did. Popped up. And
so Jacob Blanchfield had a decent gain on the right side and was just hit, and the ball came right out and bounced right into the hands
of Graham Hall.
Yeah, of Graham Hall, and Hull took it, and he had a convoy of players leading him.
Did.
So
he had a convoy.
It was like you ain't getting him.
Yeah, they were after him like he stole a loaf of bread.
So again, if you just tuned in, this is our first game of the season. So welcome back to the Metro Football League right here live on Rainier Avenue Radio. We have the whole team here, and this is game number 1, but don't go anywhere because we also have another game, doubleheader today. And immediately following this game will be Lincoln and Garfield. So don't go anywhere. The Bulldogs 0-1 lost their first game, but looking, and they have a lot of talent looking to bounce back from that loss. And again, stay with us every Friday night. We'll be here for a doubleheader all season long, and we'll take you all the way to the state championship right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. But again, don't go anywhere because Michael Lloyd and John Yasutaki bring you game number 2 right here on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Well, let's see if that touchdown fires up South. See what kind of defensive stance they'll make here. If they have a good 4 and out, that gives them some hope.
Yeah, you just never know. I mean, the momentum can turn like that,
Just
the
that
snap
fast.
of a finger. And I mean, you know how it is as an athlete when you get your confidence up and whatever could be that little thing. And so, yeah, we will see. Lakeside has played a great game. That kind of the first big mistake there. And it's going to be a short kick, and it's going to go out of bounds. And so I believe, let's see, will it be marked to the 35?
Yes, I think so.
So ball went out of bounds at about the 22-yard line.
Right.
So flag is thrown.
Well, that's not a good way to start.
Though. No, you don't want.
You want to pin them back as far as you can, give them the longer field. So
the Lions will take over 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line.
Let's see how Sealth reacts on defense. They look to be fired up.
So the Lions come out of the huddle. Quarterback Thomas Ephraim back along with the running back Jacob Blanchfield. He's got one receiver to the short side of the field, two to the wide side.
And a slot back, not slot back, but flanker, in the slot there. Yep.
Hand off to Blanchfield. I like that. Blanchfield, look at him, 2 hands on the ball, covering it up. And he's hit, spins, and he's going to have maybe a yard gain. But I like, tell you what, I like the fact that Coach Mike Lingo says, let me go right back to you. This is my guy. We got confidence in you. Yeah, you lost the fumble, but so what? And that's important. That's an important message.
Yeah, it is. Especially like you said, Rick, if coaches at this age level are developing these players as young men, it sends a good message.
Yeah, it really does. Everybody makes a mistake. You got to bounce back. You have to have a short memory.
Right. Exactly.
So a pickup of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Lions on their own 37-yard line. Pat McCarthy of the Metro League office here. Ephraim's got a receiver going up. He's looking for Matthew Zoo, and good defense there, and the ball knocked out by Norman Nonavolola. You know what? I'm not. And to Norman's family, I apologize. I'm not going to mess his name up again. Norman N is what I'm going to call him, because I am not sure how to pronounce the last name. I will spell it for you, and if you can figure it out, tell me. It's Ngonevolath.
Whatever it was good defense. It was a good defense.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, he had good coverage, tight coverage there, and kind of looked at the high point and knocked the ball away. So 3rd and 8 for the Lions.
It's a passing formation.
Trips to the top side, left side of the field, and the pass got a receiver there coming back through, and he's going to turn it up. It's got a first down there. So good play by the receiver. Came back for the ball. I believe that was number 6, Will Albrecht.
Right. Usually that doesn't work very well. You want to get upfield as soon as you can, but
Albrecht went north and south before he went, or rather east and west, I should say, before north and south. Yeah. I'm sorry. I was the type of guy who was always going east and west. My coach would get on me. I'm like, I'm trying to go east and west so I can go the long way north and south. So 1st and 10 for Lakeside on their own 47-yard line. 8:44 left to go here in the first half. Lakeside leading by a score of 14-7.
We're going trips right.
It's on the wide side of the field. And quarterback Thomas Ephraim. And
he almost fumbled the ball.
But he got it. Got a receiver wide open in the middle, and it looks like he was trying to Milo Hannum, and Milo looked like he was juggling the ball a little bit. He had his back to us, but he was able to bring it in, secure it, and got a pickup of let's see where they mark it, about 5, maybe 6 yards. We'll see where they mark it. I think they're marking at the 47-yard line of Chief Sealth, I should say. So they'll give him. We'll give him a good 6 yards on that.
Right.
Maybe 7. Yeah, about 7 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 3 to go. Although the scoreboard is saying 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I guess it is. So 6-yard gain there. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Ephraim looking to his right now, back over the middle. He's got a receiver and just overthrows him.
Slant.
Yep. Was looking for number 11, Ife Eleo, but
he had a step, but the pass was just a little bit overthrown.
Yeah. But I tell you what, I would rather my quarterback put it right there, because he put it in a place where only his receiver could get it.
Exactly.
And so good choice there by Ephraim, who is a 6'5" senior quarterback, also listed as a safety.
Yeah. Well, you've heard conversations on TV about the quarterback leading that receiver to the ball. Just throwing him open. That's what they talk about, throwing that receiver open.
Yeah, you want to do two things. One, you want to put it where only he can get it, not the defender doesn't have a shot at it, and you don't want to hang your receiver up there where he gets. Yeah. So handoff right up the middle, not a lot there.
Good D.
So Jacob Blanchfield and
Yakuba Maga on that for South. Did a good job. Read that draw play. Yakuba Maga.
So no gain on the play. It'll be 4th and 4 to go. And Lakeside looks like they're going to go for it. I don't blame them. They're
on the plus side.
In Chief Sealth territory.
Right.
So 7 minutes left to go here in the first half. Lakeside leading Chief Sealth by a score of 14-7. I'm Rick Dupree along with Mike Yasutaki. Ephraim in the gun, looking to his right. He's got pressure from his back. He's got a receiver. Oh, a great catch. Way to get out there. And that's going to be a first down. And that was Connor Kirk.
Right, Connor Kirk.
And Kirk, just a textbook catch there. Got his hands out there, pulled it in. And he's got a first down at the Chief Sealth 40-yard line.
Good pressure by South, but he was able to get that pass off. Got the receiver, caught him on that in route.
Yeah, and Ephraim did a good job. I mean, kind of feeling that pressure and rolled out to his right.
Exactly.
And was able to get the pass off before the defenders got to him. So, tell you what, John, Mike, he's been impressive so far tonight.
Basically, he's made good decisions.
Yeah, he really has.
For the most part, yes, made good decisions.
And that is a senior quarterback, Thomas Ephraim, one of the, looks like 4 co-captains that they have on this. 4 co-captains. Hand off to Blanchfield. Blanchfield to their left side. He's got a little bit of room there.
Kind of a delay handoff.
He's going to pick up about 3. Yeah, they'll mark it. Yeah, right around we'll call it the 37-yard line.
Second down. 7 to go.
All right, 2nd and 7 to go. And Ephraim came to the sideline, got the play. Now back in the huddle, calling it for his teammates. And again, like I said, don't go anywhere because game number 2, Mike Lloyd on the play-by-play duties. John Yasutaki will be providing the color commentary. And that game immediately following this game, Lakeside and Garfield, actually 7:45 start time. So there'll be obviously some time in between, not immediately following, but it is the next game in line.
Delay handoff again.
Blanchfield and met. So he got a couple yards and met by a couple defenders. Puts his head down, gets maybe another yard down to about the 30, close to the 35. I think they're going to mark it 36.
Yeah, it's that little delayed draw. Running,
but
the hole was there. Just that
it closed up pretty quick.
Yeah, it did.
South closed it really
South
quickly.
did a good job of reacting and closing that hole up.
So it's going to be 3rd and 6 to go.
Right. This could be an RPO run pass option.
And a guy like Ephraim, I mean, what he's shown me so far, I like to put him in that position. I mean, he's made some good decisions, like you said. He's had some good scrambles.
Right.
Has really put the ball, in a place where only his receivers can get it. Has not thrown any dangerous throws at risk of interception.
Exactly.
So Ephraim, now he's rolling to his right. Got a receiver there. Oh, and just overthrows him. And that was, I believe, Ife Alejo. Ife Alejo. So incomplete. It'll make it 4th and 6. And again, Mike, I'm at the 36-yard line. I'm going for it. You don't have anything to lose. Your defense has done a good job. I mean, the only score Sealth has had, and Lakeside's going to call a timeout and talk about it. The only score, Chief Sealth has had has been on the fumble. And the ball, took a great bounce for Chief Sealth right into the defender's hands, and he returned it, for the 56-yard touchdown.
And those, like you said, those are opportunistic plays. I mean, balls on the ground, go for it. You took it all the way, went all the way.
But Lakeside's defense has done a pretty good job of stopping. So again, that's why I say go for it.
Yeah, they're like I said, they have a formula, and they're utilizing that formula. Run a little bit of pass play action, and they've had receivers just a couple of miscues, like you said.
Yep. And a couple passes that again low overthrown, but again, I would rather see that than put it in a dangerous spot that could be picked off. So again, I really like what I'm seeing out of quarterback Thomas Ephraim and making really good decisions. Senior quarterback for the Lakeside Lions. So the teams come back after that timeout onto the field. 4:40 left to go here in the first half. And again, Lakeside leading Chief Sealth by a score of 14-7. Lakeside with the twin receivers on both sides. Single back. And now one receiver coming to the wide side of the field. So you got trips on the wide side and a single receiver. And they got one-on-one coverage there. I'm looking at that guy. And now the running back goes into the slot on the left side. Ephraim looking to his right. He's got a receiver. Oh, wide open over the middle. He can't bring it in. He was wide open. And the pass was a little high. I believe that was Ife Alejo. And he could not pull it in. I think the sun is in my eyes a little bit, but I believe that was Alejo, and he was not able to bring it in. And oh man, that's gonna haunt him, and especially this game being close. But he was not able to pull that in, so that's going to be a turnover on downs, and Chief Sealth will take it over. So 4:35 left to go here in the first half. Lakeside leading Chief Sealth by a score of 14-7. And man, I tell you, that was a missed opportunity there. The pass was there. You got to be able to pull that in. So the handoff for Chief Sealth up the middle. There's some room there, and it's closed quickly. Xavier Wynn, and Wynn picking up about 3 yards or so. And Mr. Yasutake here with us.
The other one, I'm subbing. But, that pass was wide open because they dropped covers on the guy, let him run right through the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And they're running almost like they were running 4 deep and nobody picked him up.
Yeah, nobody in the middle. In a situation like that where nobody around, you got to lay it on.
Exactly.
You don't want to have him to stretch out or whatever.
Right.
Wynn up the middle, has got some room, cuts to the left.
Nice run.
Across the 45, really close to the first down, depending on where they mark it. I think he might be right on the line, might be just a shade short.
Yep.
So
a little bit short. He could do a couple tackles right there. Pretty good run.
So I will say this to you now, the Yasutake on the mic, the better looking of the two, correct?
Thank you. Better looking, smarter, not richer, because he's not married. He ain't got any kids. Right?
So a single guy. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. We
Having
got kids in the pocket, brother.
Thank you.
So Mike will be back in a moment, but John will be calling color commentary for game number 2.
I'm watching both teams. The most success is coming straight up the middle.
Yeah, it really has.
You
with
cannot
the running game.
stretch. Yeah, exactly. With the run game.
Yeah.
Lakeside was running direct handoffs, and they opened up holes right off that off tackle slant.
And they really set up some pass plays for them as well.
Exactly. But why do you want to run on sideline to sideline, like you say, east and west, go north and south?
Yeah.
Man?
I mean, unless you've got world-class speed. So that was Jalen.
Unless you're at the North Pole.
Alajaga. And he got a short pickup there, maybe half a yard.
Better. See, right up the middle.
Yep, right up the middle. And that is number 7, Micah Policarpio.
First down.
And
he's pretty close.
Room there, yeah.
Yep. Direct.
Policarpio.
Excuse me, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say Policarpio, 5'9", 185-pound junior. And he gets the first down, John, all the way to the Lakeside. And this is so far the best offensive drive that Lakeside has had. Or rather, that Chief Sealth has had there at the Lakeside 43-yard line.
And what did they do? Push everybody up the line screen, direct handoff, back run, straight up the field.
Yeah, exactly.
No cutting, no nothing. You're just straight up.
So they have it just shy of the left hash.
Double set.
Handoff right up the middle. And
he's
still on his feet.
He's still on his feet.
And that is
my God.
Policarpio. And Policarpio, tell you what, showing that he's got we've got some legs there. Kept the feet turning. Yeah, kept the legs moving.
Yeah, he was actually stopped for almost a no gain.
And he kept going. Yeah. So he picked up about 8 yards there down to the 36-yard line. Now the clock working against Chief Sealth. Only 1:57 left to go. We'll see if they can get another score on the board here before they go into the locker room. And off Policarpio again, kind of delays, stutter steps, and he's across the 35 to maybe 34, but just short, I think, of the first down. But again, depends on the spot.
Direct handoff.
Yep, direct handoff right up the middle.
Has to read that and honor that. Guess what? Next time I fake that direct handoff, I step back.
Yeah.
Play pass.
You set up the play. Yeah.
You got to set it up one way or the other.
So Chief Sealth calling a timeout on the field with 1:34 left to play. Lakeside leading the Seahawks by a score of 14-7, but the Seahawks knocking on the door, trying to get a score here.
Yeah, this is their best drive of the game so far.
So again, I want to remind our listeners that Rainier Avenue Radio wants to help assist you with being an informed voter. And where do the candidates stand on issues that you care about in your communities? You can hear the candidates who have forums and debates going on October 3rd, 4th, 10th, 13th, and 17th, all right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. And again, we want to hear from you. So we'll be broadcasting those debates for districts 1 through 5. And we want to hear kind of your opinion, what you think about the candidates, and hopefully we can help inform you. So back to the action on the field, I should say. Chief Sealth, the third, and about a yard to go, a little less than a yard. Yep. And a snap under center. And receiver wide open. The pass is there, and it's going to be a touchdown. 34 yards.
Wide open.
See? Jamal Guy Jr. was there.
Run that they
set it up. Set it up.
They froze on that turn. The quarterback that was turned that way didn't even fake a handoff. Steps back and throws the ball. But the movement to the back, you got to honor that. Because it's a direct handoff if you don't. And so he was wide open coming up that sideline.
So Martinez, and I tell you what, that you're absolutely right, John, because they were looking for that up the middle. Mm-hmm. And as a result, Jamal Guy Jr. was wide open. Yep. I mean, the defender wasn't within about 5-6 yards, of him. And so, 34-yard touchdown, and all at once, it is a tie ball game here. That's got to be deflating for Lakeside.
Yep, because South. You say, well, gee, that was lucky. They got a touchdown on the luck play because they recovered the fumble. But now you're looking at a team that just drove the ball down the field on you and ran it down your throat.
Exactly.
And you're saying, hold it. It's a different tenor now. So let's regroup. Well,
you never know where, that momentum, how it's going to change, and the confidence it puts in you. And right now, Chief Sealth started slowly. And again, a like you said, a play, the ball bounced the right way. They got it. But now just a great drive there to as this first half is closing out. And they tie it up 14-14 with 1:27 left to go.
So what South says to themselves, hold it, they can't stop us. We're driving the ball. We went 65 yards and we scored. So, hey, it's a different tenor now. And so Lakeside's got to regroup. They have an advantage, though, on special teams. I was watching their kicker. That kid was kicking from 40 plus. Yes. Yeah. 40 plus. So if it gets down to that, and look, we're
right
now,
yeah.
It could come down to that. So it'll be interesting.
So, again, 1:27 left to go here in the first half. 14-14 tie ball game. We're live at Memorial Stadium. Rick Dupree and the Yasutake twins, Mike and John. John has stepped in for his brother for a moment. But John will be here for game number 2. So don't go anywhere. Yeah. But right now we have a ball game here. Short kick. And it's going to be.
Oh, no. Get on it. Oh, get on the ball.
Oh, I tell you what. Yeah, the ball's live. And Lakeside.
Live. I think
they're saying South got it.
I think South got it.
What? Oh, my goodness. You talk about momentum shift.
Yeah.
Man, John, that is. So Sealth will have the ball on the 25-yard line. It was a short kick high. And again, the ball is live on a kickoff. You've got to recover that ball. It didn't go out of bounds. And Sealth players were there and recovered it. So they'll have a 1st and 10 on actually the 24-yard line with 1:27 left to play. They may go to the locker room with the lead here.
Offense brings the fans. Defense wins the game. But special teams wins the champion. That was a special team play.
That was a special team play.
On a short kick. Recovered the kick.
So Martinez in the gun. He's got 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Single back.
Oh, the motion. That's different. Oh, it's he's wide open.
Oh, my goodness. Touchdown. Chief Sealth.
They never ran motion all game long, right?
Right.
And they motioned it and they handed it to him.
So I'm trying to see. That was, I believe,
number
5. I believe that was Jamal Guy again. Now, penalty probably excessive.
Celebrating.
Yeah, celebrating. I'm not sure. Maybe.
I think it's number 5.
And I think it was Jay Johnson that threw the ball.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. So that was a 24-yard touchdown.
Halfback pass. I guess you could call it a halfback pass.
Yeah.
Right? It was actually a slot back, but it's call them a halfback. And The only time I said, hold it, the only time they motioned was on that play.
Yeah,
and they handed it to him, and he threw the ball.
So the defense, and that's where they lost containment.
Exactly.
Saw the handoff and came up thinking it's a run, and Jamal Guy got behind the defenders and was wide open.
No defender went with the guy in motion. I watched that. Nobody from Lakeside's defense. You're taught that, right? When they got a motion, somebody's covering him.
Yeah,
then nobody covered.
Yeah.
So everyone sat down in their position. Yeah, and they threw the ball over the top. Very good. That was a great play. You called it.
Yep. So here we go with a minute 20. And tell you what, that took about 6 seconds.
Right.
So with the great special teams play. So Chief Sealth has had a couple of great plays. Number one, they forced the fumble and picked it up, ran it in for a 56-yard 56-yard return. And then it wasn't even an onside kick. It was just a short kick, but they got down and got on the ball and gave themselves an opportunity here in the first half and took advantage of it all the way. So what looked like they were going to go into the locker room trailing 14-7. If they make the extra point, they'll be leading at 21-14.
What a turn of events.
The kick is up. It's up. No, missed it. Wide to the left. No good. So that'll make it 20-14. Chief Sealth leading. Man, what a turn of events here. And still a minute 21 left to play.
Yeah, a minute 21.
I mean, that took all of about 8 seconds, 7-8 seconds.
And when South kicked off the ball and they said, oh, it's a short kick, Lakeside gets it, but they didn't get it. If Lakeside would have got it, they would have had great field position. And they got a great kicker. That kid can kick 40+. Yeah. That would have given them enough time to get down the field. Possibly, but they didn't cover the kick.
So if you just tuned in, we are bringing you live coverage of Metro League football right here at Memorial Stadium Friday night. Not under the lights yet, but under the sunlight, I should say.
Beautiful evening.
And minute 21 left to go here in the first half of game number 1. Chief Sealth leading Lakeside by a score of 20-14. The Lions went on top. They were leading 14-0, but Chief Sealth has scored 20 unanswered points. And then the penalty that happened on the touchdown is going to be marked off here on the kickoff. So they're going to kick off as a 15-yard penalty. They'll kick off instead of from the 40 back at the 25-yard line. Yeah, they normally kick the 40, I believe. Yeah.
40. Well, folks, do not go away from the dial because anything can happen. This is 2 scores within a minute and a half or something like that.
Well, I mean, no, really, the 2 scores in a matter of about 8 seconds because they scored and then the onside kick in one play. Yeah, so. And that play took about 7 seconds. So
folks, do not turn off your dial. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Okay, now it's kind of a squib kick, and this time Lakeside is on it.
Picked it up. There's a hole right there too.
He's got it going to the outside. That's number 11. Looks like maybe a face mask as well. No, they're not going to call it.
He got him high, but he grabbed him around the neck collar.
Aleo with the return to the 46-yard line. It looks like so. They still got some time here.
That's a good return.
Yeah. Alejo takes it all the way to that. So the Lions will have a 1st and 10 on their own 46-yard line. A minute 12 left to play here in the first half. And again, not out of the question that they can get a couple good plays here and at least be in field goal range and put some more points on the board.
Yeah. I mean, anything close to the 50 is a plus on a kickoff.
Oh, absolutely.
Anything.
Yeah.
And they're right there.
So Ephraim in the gun. He's got 2 receivers to his right, also 2 to his left, the wide side of the field. And the snap, Ephraim looking to his left. He's got a receiver and just a little.
Under to him.
So that'll fall incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
I'm surprised that South is only rushing 4. I mean, they only got 4 on the line.
Right, yeah.
And they're not blitzing. I don't see anybody,
They had a couple plays where they got some pressure on Ephraim, but not a lot. And Ephraim's done a great job of feeling the pressure and then rolling out and avoiding. He's only been sacked, I think, maybe once or twice.
I'm looking at that and saying, hey, we got to put pressure on this guy. We can't let him stand back there.
No, exactly. Yeah, you definitely don't want to do that because he's shown that he can find his receivers. So 2nd and 10 for Lakeside at their own 46-yard line, trailing 20-14. Ephraim looking to his left, and then he leaps up, and he's there too. 2 defenders there, and it looks like I believe that was number 51 that brought him down.
Number 40.
21.
And number 40.
So
who is that?
Marshawn Tovia Ford, and number 40 is Caden Lindsay.
Yep.
So they bring him down for a loss way back to the 39-yard line. So that's a loss of about 7 yards. And a timeout on the field. 1:01 left to play. And tell you what, Chief Sealth doing what you need to do. They're calling timeout. They're saying, hey, get the ball back, and we can move the ball. We may get another chance of getting some points on the board.
Exactly. We may get the ball.
Yeah.
When you're that close to the 50, why would you try to throw a long pass, which takes time?
Yeah.
Which means you have to stay on your block as an offensive lineman. Just go for the little short passes.
Yeah, which you've been successful.
First and 10.
Yeah.
First and 10. First and 10.
Yeah, because, again, a minute 20 is a lot of time.
Exactly.
And, now we have 1:06 left to go in the half.
That's still time. Now, and if Sealth holds and they change and they exchange, it'll be, if they can keep them where they are, third down.
Yeah.
And they kick on the exchange on the field position will be on the plus side for Sealth.
Yeah, it very likely can. Yeah. They will definitely be looking to put the ball in the end zone one more time, get some points on the board.
They won't be down near the 20. They'll be a little farther up, and that's always a plus.
Yeah, absolutely. So third down, Ephraim looking. He's got a receiver open. Oh, it's going to be a first down and then some. And it's off to the races. Number 1, that is Matthew Zhu. He's got some room. He's down to the 20 and knocked out of bounds. That's a great play.
Great play. Crossing pattern in front of the defenders. They gave ground and they threw it underneath. There it was. Underneath, being behind the linebackers and in front of the defensive backs. Underneath.
Kind of that gap, if you're finding that kind of dead area in the zone, if you will, and he found it. And that was a Matthew, I believe it's pronounced Zhou, Z-H-O-U. Zoe?
Yeah.
Matthew Zoe takes it all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Good play.
So 54 seconds left to play, and Lakeside not throwing in the towel, let me tell you.
They're knocking on the door.
Ephraim's got a receiver open and just a little long for.
Yeah, but I want to see a little bit more effort by the receiver, man.
Alejo.
Yeah. Come on, give it a little more oomph. So that was a good play. Like I said, that was perfectly timed underneath.
Found that open spot.
Everyone's dropping back and found that open spot right there.
So, John, you talked about the kicker having a strong leg. Now they're in field goal range. Right. Again, you're looking at a 37-yard field goal from where they're at right now.
That's within his range because I was watching him kick. He was kicking 40-plus.
Yeah. So it'll be second down and plenty of time. 51 seconds left to go here in the first half.
They're going trips right now. They got loaded formation, 3 on the right side.
So Ephraim looking to his right where they're loaded. Nothing there. He's got room to run, but coming in from the backside is number 21, and that is Marshawn Tovia Ford with the sack. It actually won't be a sack. It doesn't look like it's a loss, but got him right there at the line of scrimmage. So good play by Tovia Ford.
He was about a half a second too slow making the decision to run.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
because it was open.
There was a lane there on the left, and I don't know if they would have gotten. He might have got to the end zone there. So Ephraim, but again, as a quarterback, you're looking for that receiver. So I'm not going to fault him for that. So no gain. It'll be 3rd and 10. High snap, but he gets it, pulls it in. Got a receiver right over the middle. He's there. The catch, and that is Alejo.
Pretty close. About a yard or two. Yeah.
So it's Alejo. I heard Lamar Hurd, the PA announcer, say the name Alejo. And that is going to be just short of the first down.
A couple of yards.
11 seconds left to go and timeout on the field. So 4th and about 2 to go. So the question is, with 11 seconds, do you kick the field goal or do you try to go for the first down?
Let me see. I can't see how many timeouts they have left.
They've got
probably maybe one more, right? I think it's 3.5, right?
Yeah. And I'm trying to look on the scoreboard to see if that's giving me I can't tell.
Yeah, but the sun is blurting out.
I think they may have one if the football on there indicates it's a first down. Sorry, I hit that camera there. My bad. All right. So 4th and 2 to go. And it looks like Lakeside's going to go for it. So 11 seconds left. Chief Sealth leading Lakeside 20-14. And the Lions are going to go for it here on 4th down. And now it looks like another timeout.
Oh, Self
Yep,
calling
self
the timeout.
So maybe trying to see what the
Formation
going to be. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Actually, they didn't change anything. Just trips
Right.
3 receivers right, 1 left, and 1 back in the backfield. So, but you got the situation, coach. Go for the first down, stops the clock, moves the chains. You get a chance to get a play in, or you kick it now, because you can eat almost all of that 11 seconds.
Yeah, with the play.
With the play and or kicking. Yeah,
you should be. Here's the problem. It's a 4th down, so you got to get the first down.
Right.
And that's what concerns me. If I'm the coach, I'm probably saying, you know what, let's kick it. Let's get the points. If we feel like our kicker can. Again, because you're now looking at what the ball's on the 13, 12-yard line.
Only about a 30-yard at the most kick. Right?
Yeah. So, but they're going to go for it. So 4th down, 2 to go. 11 seconds left to play here in the first half. High snap, but pulled in by Ephraim. He's got a receiver there. Lofts it up. He's open and touchdown. Well, you can't argue with that.
That one.
Receiver got behind the defense. Trying to see the number. I'll give it to you in a moment. I believe that's number 1.
Yep. And he threw it high enough, so it went over the defender's
Matthew
head.
Zoe. Yes, so Matthew Zoe, and that's about a 12-yard touchdown. So I'll tell you what, we've had some excitement here at the end of the quarter. And Ephraim, Zoe at 6'2",
which he's over the top of that defender who's about 5'8", maybe at the most.
So Lakeside ties it up, and with an extra point is up and is good.
Yeah, see?
And a flag. Yep.
Oof, that kid. That ball's all the way to the wood.
Yeah. You weren't kidding about that.
I think what they call running into the kicker.
So is that a penalty now that the extra point was good? So is that something that they assess on the kickoff? There's 3 seconds left. So, they'll assess it there.
Yep. Personal foul. Running the kicker. All right.
Yep.
All right.
So I tell you what, here in a matter of boy, I tell you what, in the last 5 minutes or so, we had a lot of excitement here. 3 different scores.
Yep.
But right now, Lakeside goes back on top, 21-20.
That flubbed extra point, missed extra point, is keeping it from being a tie. Again, special team.
Yeah. That we'll see if that looms large as this game progresses. So the penalty will be assessed on, and it'll be a 15 yards. So that means Lakeside will probably be kicking from the 45-yard line, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm going onside kick.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just thinking that. I'm putting it on the ground, and let's see if we can make something happen.
Yep.
And that's exactly it. So you do a squib kick, you get your guys down there, they're going after the ball.
Yep.
I mean, I'd even telegraph and get everybody on one side.
Right.
I'm like, let's do it. You got 3 seconds, so this is going to be the last play of the half. And again, I want to welcome you to game 1, the first game of the 2023 season right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. I'm Rick Dupree along with John Yasutaki as well as Mike Yasutaki, and they're splitting the color duties here. And the kick, and it's going to be a short kick, but it's going to go into the end zone and be a touchback. So it will be 1 play. We got 1 play left, 3 seconds left to go. Lakeside leading Chief Sealth 21-20. Okay, so Lakeside, I do see now. Lakeside did have 1 more timeout.
Yeah.
They did have 1 more timeout there. Now I see the distinction on the scoreboard, John. I didn't see it earlier. So with the kick into the end zone, the ball be on the 20. Comes out to the 20-yard line for the Seahawks. And 1 play, or time for 1 play, I should say.
The kneel down.
Yep, they'll kneel and let the clock run out. So we will go in unless it's a trick play. Let's see.
Nope,
it's not. And that will do it. So after 1 half, boy, I tell you, back and forth, Lakeside went out on top 14-0, and then Chief Sealth had 20 unanswered points to take a 20-14 lead. And then right here at the end of the half, Lakeside with a big play, and then a 12-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Ephraim, quarterback Thomas Ephraim to his 6'2" receiver Matthew Zoe. And so with that, at the end of 1 half, Lakeside leading Chief Sealth by a score of 21-20.
And that's pretty indicative when you consider this is the first or second game of the season for these teams, and the execution is actually pretty crisp.
Yeah, it really has been a pretty clean game. A few penalties, a few misplays here, but not too bad at all.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to, I believe, Daniel, am I going to throw it to you? Are we taking a break here for the half? What's our plan here?
Yeah, just throw it to me.
All right. Well, you heard the voice of the man behind the controls running the show. That is Daniel B. And so we're going to come back. We've got about a 15-minute break here for halftime. Again, Lakeside leading Chief Sealth by a score of 21-20. And I'll be back to give you the second half action along with Mike Yasutake here. And then, again, don't go anywhere because game number 2 is right around the corner after this game. And you want to make sure to stay here and, hear that as well. And that will feature Lincoln and Garfield. And it'll be Michael Lloyd on the play-by-play along with John Yasutake, who just joined us for the last part of the half. But right now, we're going to throw it to Daniel Bellis, and we'll be back for second half action in just a little bit.
All right, we're going to call that an incomplete pass because I'm going to play some commercials real quick. So we'll be right back on Rainier Avenue Radio in just a second. Only separated by a missed extra point. Lakeside leads 21-20 over Chief Sealth. Be back right after these messages.
Citizens of America, or citizens of the world, let us begin.
Rainier Avenue Radio. Rainier Avenue Radio.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not being reprimanded by traffic cops, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world. This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not using my GPS to navigate the land of 1,000 dances, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had.
How does generational wealth play into my family, my family's history, my children? What am I doing for my children to perhaps build them more wealth? I think it goes both ways, because for many immigrant families who are laboring constantly to live, your children are raised a certain way. Your children adopt certain values, which then will become their life and how they live it. When I see folks that perhaps have copious generational wealth, I see a whole different mindset, different ways of treating people. And I see it in my own children too. I feel like a lot of those values, in a lot of ways, begin to get lost when you don't have to work so hard.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
Generational wealth to me means to provide and establish wealth for generations to come, whether it be through real estate or through other equitable funding.
Personally, it helps to work with a trusted financial professional to guide and steer you, because you're going to be making some decisions around how you spend your money, how you save your money, how you invest your money. Some of that will be strictly to increase the size of your wealth. Other parts of those investments might be something that you want to do that keep your purpose and your character. And you can manage to do both.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Did you know that there's an updated COVID-19 booster that protects you even more than the original vaccines? Even if you got the first vaccinations, now it's time to get this new updated booster shot. It's especially important for adults 50 and over and people with a compromised immune system. Even though you may not hear about people catching COVID as often, each week in King County, some people even end up in the hospital because of it. So check with your loved ones and make sure they've gotten an updated booster. For more information on where to get a COVID vaccine, including free vaccination resources, visit kingcounty.gov/vaccines. kingcounty.gov/vaccines.
All right, we are back with the halftime report right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. Chief Sealth and Lakeside separated by just one missed extra point by Lakeside, but a huge run by Chief Sealth here in the second quarter, firing off at least 3 touchdowns to Lakeside. Originally led this game 14-0, but Chief Sealth 3 touchdowns. They missed 1 extra point. Lakeside was able to answer, and now they're up by 1 score, 21-20, with 1 missed extra point there. Taking a look at some of the other Metro League action going on right now. Currently, West Seattle is hosting Franklin, and it is a lopsided affair. West Seattle leading that one 21-6 for you is your score right there. 21-6. Both of these squads coming into their game with the of course, with week 1 in the history books right now, the standings look like this with obviously all those are non-league games, but only 6 Metro League teams won in week 1. 2 of them were Chief Sealth, and the other one was West Seattle. Those are the only ones out of the Sound. Remember, that's the lower division. These are the teams that have a less chance of even making it to states. I believe only the champion, at least last year, only the champion of the Sound was able to even compete to make the state playoffs. So if you're in the Mountain, the upper division, you have a much easier chance, but you have much harder opponents to play all year long. So yes, only 2 of these teams out of the Sound in their non-league games actually won their week 1 contests. And currently in West Seattle, West Seattle leads Franklin's 21-6. Again, Lakeside leading Chief Sealth 21-20. If we look at the Mountain, the upper division, if you will, Seattle Prep got things off to a huge kickoff yesterday in their first game of the Metro season. Obviously, they won their non-league game, which was an out-of-state opponent, dominated them, and then they took the Vikings for lunch, winning that one by an impressive score of 42-14, blowing out the Vikings. And the Rainier Beach Vikings are starting this season in huge peril, only 0-2 already in the hole, 0-1 in league. Of course, Garfield and Lincoln will tangle here next. They'll be your game right after this one. Garfield coming in this one is the 7th ranked team in all of 3A, according to Max Preps. They will play Lincoln, who last year they won the Sound division, that lower division, and they graduated. They're now in the upper division. Some controversy happened over the offseason, actually. And that actually, the coach of the Lincoln Lynx, he actually resigned. He said this schedule of playing teams like O'Day and Eastside Catholic and Garfield and Rainier Beach, too tough for his kids. He did not want to coach that. And he actually resigned. The team has a new coach, and they go into this season. They started their first game losing that one in their non-league game. And their first biggest opponent out of that Metro League will be the Garfield Bulldogs, who come in as one ranked number 7, winning very close game with the top ranked team in all of 4A, which is, of course, the defending champs are 4A, Lake Stevens, losing that one by only a couple of scores. So very much primed to go against this Lincoln team right here. Looking at some of the other scores going on, and in half an hour here, we will have several games kicking off, including in the Metro League. O'Day will begin their Metro slates against Bishop Blanchette. That kicks off at 7. Eastside Catholic, the state runner-up last year, will be kicking off against hosting Ballard. One of the few teams other than O'Day and Ballard, they both won last week. O'Day is now 2-0, though they played a Wednesday game actually this week, and were able to put the 2-0 on their season. Also, if you look at the other games in Metro, Roosevelt will play against Nathan Hale. That kicks off in about half an hour, and then in an hour, Ingram will play Cleveland. Now, in non-Metro League scores, And we throw up the on the bottom there the ticker of those, as you can see, the defending champion Yelm Tornadoes last week almost got upset by Camas, actually winning that one only by 1 point, 8-7. A late rally and an extra point won them that game, so they can open up the season 1-0. Now they face Union here in about half an hour. This is not the one of the best Union teams that have been around for a while. O'Day just basically dismantled them last week, so we'll see how the Yelm Tornadoes hold up in their second week as they face Union here at 7. Also, Bellevue, who started the season playing a non-state opponent, losing that one. Now they play the top-ranked team in all of 4A, Lake Stevens. That kicks off also at 7. Lincoln of Tacoma, ranked number 5 this year so far. They're playing Oregon's third-ranked team, Tualatin, and that starts at 7. Ferndale out of the northwest corner, Northwest Conference there, will be at Oak Harbor. And Kennewick, who was the state runner-up 2 years ago, will be hosting Walla Walla. Mount Spokane out of the Greater Spokane, 9th ranked, will be hosting a 4A team Ridgeline, one of their Greater Spokane opponents. Mount Si will be playing against 3A's number 10 team, Spanaway Lake, at 7. Lakes, the 11th ranked team out of the Pierce County League, will be at River Ridge. And Marysville Getchell and out of the Westco will play number 13th ranked Arlington. That's at 7 as well. And number 14th ranked Stanwood out of Westco will be at Marysville Pilchuck, a team that was extremely lethal a couple of years ago, but in recent years has gone back to the pack, if you will, even though they did start their season 1-0. Peninsula, Southridge, the 16th ranked team, although they started the season 0-1. They're at 4A team Pasco tomorrow. And Monroe, the 18th ranked team, will be at Shorecrest, also at 7. Number 19th, Auburn, out of the North Puget Sound League, will be hosting Alaska's number 14th ranked team, Juneau Douglas. That kicks off in a half an hour as well. And number 20, Gig Harbor, will be hosting Bonnie Lake, also at 7. Yesterday, a couple of games did happen. We did mention that Seattle Prep blowing out Rainier Beach, but also a couple of ranked games going on. Meade, number 17th ranked, shutting out University. That was a 21-0 decision there. And number 15th, Peninsula, also losing. They lost to 4A team Kentwood. This is not one of those dominant Kentwood teams from the past. They're not ranked in 4A this year, but they won that one 21-18 there, dropping Peninsula down to, I believe, 0-2 on the season. Yes, that's correct. 0-2 on the season there for Peninsula. All right, we're going to take another short break, play some commercials for you, and be right back with your second half with Rick Dupree and Mike Yasutaki right here on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio. Thank you for joining us for our halftime reports.
Rainier Avenue Radio. Rainier Avenue Radio.
1, 2, get down. What's up, big and little homies? This is Masvita Maraire, host of Seattle Sports Weekly on Rainier Avenue Radio.world, your one-stop shop for Seattle sports. We cover preps, we cover college, we cover pro, we cover it all. Huskies, Mariners, Seahawks, Garfield, South, Roosevelt, Metro, King County. This is where you want to listen to all the sports that's happening in Seattle. Seattle Sports Weekly on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
Once we change and improve the mindset around what Black wealth is and can be and show success along the journey, the longer term impacts will be huge. This is something that once we get there and at various places along the journey, we'll see that this is something that we could have done or could have begun a long time ago and simply managed to not yet find the trail. But once we do find the pathway, we'll be able to create something that no one will be able to take away from us, from our families or our communities. And like I say, the impact will be huge. So we can either talk about it or get on with the task. My suggestion is that we hunker down, cinch up our belts, and get on.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
Generational wealth is having financial security and not having to worry about it for yourself, your immediate family, and future generations. It's a very elusive idea to me personally because it's not something in my immediate experience, and it's only something that I'm learning about a little bit more in theory and knowing or trying to know if that's like a real possibility for someone like me.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Create your generational wealth for you and the future of your families.
Hey, this is Paul Pearson. I've hosted the R&B show Star Time since the very beginning of Rainier Avenue Radio, and after years of featuring tracks from the 50s through the 80s, Star Time now plays R&B and hip-hop from the 1990s as well. A whole half-century of soul, funk, hip-hop, and more on Star Time, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Do you have an idea for a community project in your neighborhood? You could be eligible for up to $50,000 in funding through the City of Seattle's Neighborhood Matching Fund. Grants are awarded to grassroots projects that build stronger communities, with an emphasis on projects led by impacting Black, Indigenous, and people of color BIPOC communities. To learn more about the Neighborhood Matching Fund or to see if your project meets the criteria.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium for half number 2 of our first game, Lakeside and Chief Sealth. And Lakeside leading by a score of 21-20. And tell you what, along with me here doing play-by-play, on my side here doing the color is Mike Yasutaki. And Mike, what a first half. I mean, Lakeside jumped out 14-0.
Right.
And then Chief Sealth, 20 unanswered points.
Right.
And then Lakeside put together one heck of a drive there to end the first half.
Well, like you said, go. If it's working, just go back to it.
Yep.
And then, like you said, that post is open.
Yeah. I mean, just and what the Lakeside is doing is kind of finding that open spot, kind of between the second and third level, if you will. So behind the linebackers, in front of the DBs, and then catching and running and making some things happen there. And so again, quarterback Thomas Ephraim has a couple of touchdown passes, and then they also actually. Take that back. I think he has all three. Yeah, he has all 3 touchdown passes. Yeah, because it was the halfback pass from Chief Sealth.
Okay.
And Sealth, really, kind of, they started out their scoring by getting the fumble and a fumble return, and that seemed to ignite them. And they had a couple of good drives and actually took a lead. Like I said, scored 20 unanswered points. Right now, Lakeside about to kick off. They received the first half, so they're kicking here and deep for the Seahawks, and looking like he's going to let it go. That was number 2, Naode Rusam, and Rusam lets it go into the end zone. So the Seahawks will have the ball 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. I want to remind you, don't go anywhere because this is only the first of our doubleheader, and this is season number 1. We're opening up the season right here at Memorial Stadium on Rainier Avenue Radio, and we will bring you doubleheaders every week. So this is your place for high school football. And game number 2 is going to feature Lincoln against Garfield, and Michael Lloyd doing the play-by-play along with John Yasutaki. So don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss that. But right now it is Mike Yasutaki and myself.
Nice
and
run.
First play right up the middle, and that is Xavier Wynn. And Wynn has been the workhorse on the ground, not a big guy at 5'8", 155, Mike. But I tell you what, like we talked about in the first half, he keeps his legs moving, and I like I like what he gets done.
Yards after contact, he just keeps those feet moving, and he picks up that extra yardage.
So second and about 5 to go.
Kind of a modified pistol look.
Handoff right up the middle. It's going to be a first down, or I should say off to the left side a little bit, and then some. And that was, again, number 7 is Micah Policarpio. So Policarpio came in the second. We didn't see him in the first quarter, second quarter, and he made some good runs. Right. So Policarpio is a 5'9", 185-pound junior. And also, so they got a nice little tandem there. But, back in the day when we were playing, most of the time you had 2 backs in the backfield. Right. Now, they got all the trips and the twins out there.
Pistol.
Okay, motion, and they fake the motion. Policarpio up the middle. Check that. That was a Jalen Pham Alajaga. And Alajaga takes it out to the 40. I checked that, the 38-yard line. So pick up of about 5 yards. So it'll be second and I'm being second and jet. It looks like a little more than 5 yards. We'll call it second and 6.
Looks like Sealth has said, okay, we'll forget the first half. We're going to come out and we're going to establish something, and that's what they're doing. They're establishing the run.
They really are, yeah. And they are controlling that line of scrimmage.
Right. There it is again.
Right up the middle. That was Pham Alajaga again.
Right.
And about a 3-yard pickup. But, I mean, tell you what, 3-3-3, you're a yard away.
Positive yardage. Yep.
So he's out to the 42-yard line. So that's going to make it a 3rd and 2 to go. They got to get out to the 44 for the first down.
Yeah, definitely. This would be a good play action pass down 3rd and 2. But we'll see what happens. They're having good success off the left, outside hip of their left tackle. Actually, the center tackle gap.
That
right
gap,
there.
yeah. And their second touchdown, they set it up. We're good, making some run plays, and then boom, the pass play, and so
loaded here.
Okay, pressure coming, and Martinez gets it off, and it's to Jay Johnson, and Johnson, he's got all kinds of room. He's down to the 30, the 25, the 20.
Nice.
Oh,
that up.
So Martinez scrambled and kind of a little
throwback.
Yeah.
The delay is
I was going to say, was it a screen? I don't know if it was necessarily a called screen, but it certainly had that effect because Martinez had the pressure coming. Yeah, he drew them, and then boom, hit Johnson back to the other side.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, that was a design play. Everything flowed to the defense right, and then he threw back.
Exactly, yeah.
Yep.
So first down all the way down to the 21-yard line, I think they're going to mark it at. And handoff right up the middle. That's Wynn, and Wynn's going to take it in. He's still moving.
Yep. Yeah.
So he's got some positive yards, probably about close to 4 or 5 yards there.
Tough runner. Yeah.
So Xavier Wynn.
Yep.
Tell you, I like what I'm seeing out of Chief Sealth. They kind of have woken up. And again, they started out the season. They're 1-0. They won their first game. And showing us a little bit. That's about a pickup of about 7 yards, 6 or 7 yards. So we're going to call it second and a short 4. Wynn to the left side. He's got some room.
Yes. Look at it. He's running.
And still breaking the tackle.
Still running.
Then knocked back at about the 8-yard line. So that's a first down.
Yep. Xavier Wynn again.
Chief Sealth coming out to start this second half and making a statement, Mike.
It shows what they're definitely committed to now. Yep.
So Martinez,
that's a modified pistol. Yeah.
Martinez calling the signals. He's got 2 receivers to his left, 1 to the right. And off to Wynn again up the middle. Across the 5, still moving now, being pushed back. Forward progress go. They'll spot it at the 4-yard line. So pickup of about 4 yards. So it'll be second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, they've got the feeling, at the tempo.
They really do, yeah.
Yeah. That you could call that pass across the field as a shock play. So yeah. We're in shock.
Yeah, got him some big yardage.
Yeah, it caught him flat-footed.
We talked about this earlier. You just never know, where the momentum is going to turn and how that's going to impact, impact someone. Handoff up the middle, and this time it's
well played.
Policarpio, but
Right.
he's got nowhere to go. He's going to be gang tackled. He
Right.
stopped at the 5. So
Good penetration.
let's see if they mark it at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and goal. And
He lost yardage.
yeah, I think he lost a yard because
Yeah.
it was bad. Yeah, so
Yeah.
back to the 5. So
Yeah.
yard loss.
Yep.
It'll be 3rd and goal at the 5-yard line. And tell you what, Mike, this is a situation starting. You're down by a point. You got to put some points on the board, and preferably, it's going to be 6 or 7 points, not a field goal. And again, I think you pointed out, and John pointed out, the kicker not maybe as good. You don't know how reliable he is. They missed 1 extra point. Martinez rolling to his right. Now he's going to tuck it and go. Martinez, and let's see, they're going to say he's right at the goal line. They say he didn't get in.
Just short.
Yep, so right at the goal line. So Isaac Martinez rolling to his right and said, hey, I'm going to try to get it in myself, and was met by a few Lakeside lines right at the goal line. So the ball, literally the nose of the football is just shy of the goal line. So 4th and goal and inches to go. You don't get it. Well, let's see. He's going to sneak it in, and they're going to put, he's in there. He's in there. Yep. Touchdown. Chief Sealth. That is Isaac Martinez at the 6:35 mark.
Very impressive drive. Very impressive
Yeah.
drive.
Because they started out on the 20-yard line, right?
Right.
Yeah. 80-yard drive.
Looks like they might be going for 2. Yeah.
Which, makes sense because right now they've got the 5-point lead. And, they are going to go for 2. Good call. So 6:35 left to play in the third quarter. Man in motion, handoff, and this flag, there was some movement. But Lakeside's going to stop them, and so they'll decline it. The penalty is going to be on Chief Sealth, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep, so they decline it. So the score will remain 26-21. Chief Sealth with the lead. And 6:34 left to go here in the third quarter. It's a 5-point ball game. And Lakeside will receive the kick in just a moment, and that'll be their first offensive possession of the second half here.
Right. No need to panic. They'll come out and establish something. They don't have to panic and start airing it out. I mean,
That's a very good point. Yeah, you want to be patient. Plenty of time left in the ball game.
Yeah. They have enough time to establish whatever they want.
So again, I just want to remind you, the Love Food Stop Waste. Love Food, well, here's some storage tips to keep them fresher longer. For longer storage, 40% of food in the U.S. goes uneaten, Mike. That's ridiculous. 40%. So save money, food, and the planet. Visit Seattle Public Utilities, SPU. You can go to seattle.gov and then put in SPU for tips. The kickoff and in the hands, short kick and out across the front. And the ball's on the ground. Fumble, and that was Matthew Zoe. And Zoe, the ball got hit out of his hands and went on the ground. And I believe that was number 55 for Chief Sealth. That is Alexander Rook recovered the fumble. And Chief Sealth is going to have great field position at the 46-yard line of Lakeside. So I'll tell you what, another big error by Lakeside. Right. Well, they put the ball on the turf a couple of times, and one time it led to a score. And this time, great field position.
After they scored, so this is like you can't keep the momentum going.
Right, you talk about a momentum shift, and man. Yeah. So Chief Sealth with the ball and the lead. As Kevin Calabro used to say, the lead and the rock.
Right.
They got the lead and the leather. That is the pigskin. All right, Martinez looking to his right, a little pressure, now scrambling to his left. Got a receiver, overthrows and just throws it out of bounds. He had a receiver open there, Norman N, but just threw it high and out of bounds. So that'll make it 2nd and 10 to go at the 46-yard. 6 minutes, 20 to play here in the third quarter. Chief Sealth leading Lakes by a score of 26, I should say, to 21. You are listening to coverage of our first game here on Rainier Avenue Radio. Don't go anywhere because Lincoln and Garfield following this game. So don't go anywhere. All of your high school Metro League right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. Martinez as a receiver over to Norman, and Norman has got some room. He's on the outside, down to the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, knocked out of bounds.
At about the 12, around the 12, looks like.
We'll see where they mark it, but I tell you what, that was a well-run play. Had a little wall there, some blockers, and Norman N had some speed. Went on the afterburners and took it all the way down. Let's see where they spot at this. Looks like the 16-yard line.
Okay, yeah. I thought he got knocked out a little further down, but I guess he stepped out.
Yeah, good point. He must have. Handoff right up the middle. I believe it's Win. Not a lot of room on the left side.
No gain, looks like. No, 2-yard gain.
Okay, two down to about the 14-yard line.
Yeah.
So, again, Chief Sealth, you talk about momentum shifting, Mike. Man,
right. Exactly.
I mean, that turnover, you go down, you have a great 80-yard drive, and then the turnover, you have the ball at the 46-yard line.
Yep. They're imposing their will.
Pass to the flats there, and that is Ocean Freeman, and Freeman takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Missed tackle there.
So Chief Sealth, 3rd and about 3 to go. Yeah, they've got to get down to about the 7-yard line.
Taking a long time in the huddle.
And the play clock is down to 10. They should be able to get it off. Martinez paying attention to that. It's down to 5 and 4, 3, 2. They got it off. And off to Win. And a great
defense.
And that is number 77 coming in for Lakeside. And that is Mackay Hancock. And I tell you what, Hancock went in untouched, Mikey. And stopping a win for a loss back to the, looks like 14-yard line. So 4-yard loss. And that's a big play. That's a play you got to have there for Lakeside. And, keeping Chief Sealth, presumably keeping Chief Sealth out of the end zone.
Right.
So senior kicker, that is number 28, Ogie Petranajevic.
That was good.
And the field goal is good, and that was what, a 32-yarder maybe?
Yep.
All right. So at the 4:15 mark, Chief Sealth back on the scoreboard with the field goal, leading at 29-21.
Change of fortunes.
But I tell you, big stop there for Lakeside, keeping Chief Sealth out of the end zone. Now the key for Lakeside is to maintain possession and get an offensive.
Get something going. Yeah.
Get an offensive series here. They haven't touched the ball offensively yet.
No time to panic. No need to panic. They got 4:15 this quarter, and they got a whole fourth quarter. So
absolutely. And Rainier Avenue Radio wants to hear from you. Rainier Avenue Radio will broadcast debates for districts 1 through 5, and we want to hear from you. So what's your name and what neighborhood and district do you live in? What do you feel is the number one issue in your district? What is not getting the attention you believe it should get in your district? What questions would you ask the candidates? And what should the next city council be focused on? So email us at rainieravenueradio.world@gmail.com and let us know. You can answer those questions, and stay tuned for candidate forms coming up starting on October 3rd. And we'll have candidate forms for each of the district positions on October 3rd, October 4th, October 10th, 13th, and 17th. Well, Lakeside successfully maintaining possession on that kickoff, takes the kick all the way to the 29-yard line. So they'll start out 1st and 10 on their own 29-yard line. Not bad field position. And so quarterback Thomas Ephraim.
Right.
And he is a big kid. They list him at 6'5", and he's looks tall and lanky. 6'5", 195 is what they list him at.
Wow.
So 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter.
Just
Sealth
left.
leading Lakeside 29-21.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, trips left, single receiver to the short side of the field. Ephraim looking to that wide side now, back to the right side, telling his receiver come back, and he underthrows him. So again, that's something you as a receiver, Mike, is really, really important. You can see the quarterback's getting pressure, whatever, you got to come back.
Right.
If you're across the field, you come back toward where the quarterback is. You make it an easier throw for him. And again, that as when I was at UW, Gary Pinkel was the receiver coach. And so high point, you got the high man wins. Right. At that high point, you got to get up there, get up in the air, and get the ball, come back to it. Right. You don't want to wait for the ball to come to you because that gives the defender a chance
to recover.
Right.
I thought that ball looked like it was slightly tipped, though. Looked like
it may have been,
it died really quick on him. And he's got a good arm.
He does,
Good arm.
So 2nd and 10 for Lakeside at their own 29-yard line, trailing 29-21. Handoff. That is a Jacob Blanchfield to the left, cuts it up, and
nice
good yardage.
Good yardage.
Across the 35-yard line to, let's see where they spotted, maybe 30. I think I spotted at the 35. So pickup of about 6 yards, so to make it 3rd and 4 for the Lions at their own 35-yard line, trailing 29-21. 3:48 left to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, manageable third down here.
And if you just tuned in, you're listening to game number 1 of our doubleheader tonight. Don't go anywhere because Lincoln and Garfield. '21, the Seahawks leading the Lions, and the handoff.
Direct handoff.
Coming back. And a good hit. But I tell you what, they're coming up and making a good hit was Jay Johnson. But I like what I saw also out of Jacob Blanchfield because he kept the feet moving. And they're going to give him a couple yards on that. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, Mike, and he still kept his legs moving, stayed on his feet. And so pickup of 2, it'll be 4th and 2. And now, again, I'm sorry, you're on this side of the 40-yard line. I'm punting the ball. Again, it's you still got 3 minutes left in the third quarter. You got a whole quarter. You're only down 8 points. But it looks like Lakeside is gonna go for it. And maybe that's why I'm up here in the booth and not on the field. Coach Mike Lingo opposes my suggestion. And Ephraim, the handoff. And it it's going to be close. I don't know if he got it.
Where they spotted.
Yeah, it depends on where they spotted the line judge coming over, running in. Jacob Blanchford, it looked like he had an opening. Man, Chief Sealth closed that opening quick.
Yeah, I don't think he got it.
Yeah, among the players.
By a hair.
Yeah, it looks like the spot. And among the players coming in to make the stop, Ocean Freeman. Ooh,
that was a good defensive surge. They rallied to the ball very well.
Did.
Yeah.
So the nose of the football, it's gonna. Again, that's a dangerous call. If he gets it, you know, great. I mean, that's one of those, basketball.
No.
Oh, bad shot. Oh, no, don't you? Oh, good shot. You know, so we'll see.
Well, I'll say, is that a Spalding ball or a Rawlings ball?
Which one should it be to get
right.
to get you over the hump?
Right.
So the chains come out and the suspense, moment of suspense. We'll see. And
it's real tight.
John. Near the front end of the ball, but hey,
it's
a first down.
Rawlings or Spalding,
exactly.
Stripe was, but he just got it.
Coach Mike Lingo, forgive me for questioning you, my brother. So first down, and they got it. 2:28 left to go.
Right
in the third quarter here. Again, Chief Sealth leading Lakeside 29-21.
Let's see if that'll fire Lakeside up.
He's got one receiver wide to the right. That's the wide side of the field. And then twins to his left, the short side of the field, him being quarterback Thomas Ephraim. Ephraim looking to the receiver there on the outside. That's Alejo.
They're setting up some kind of route where it's stop and go.
Stop and go, fake,
pump fake. And
so Alejo, and then Carter Pullman and Ocean Freeman coming over. I believe Ocean Freeman was there as well. And making stops. About a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah.
So Alejo.
Yeah. People say, why would you throw that short of a pass? Well, because like you said, they might be setting that up for hook and go or stop and go.
So 2nd and 7 to go. Ball's on the 42-yard line. 2 receivers to the wide side of the field. Excuse me. Handoff, and that is Jacob Blanchfield to the left. Cuts it up. He's across the 45 and close to midfield, but there's a flag in the back, and I think we may get a holding where that flag was thrown, but we'll see. So he was close to the first down, but it looks like it's going to come back. We'll see what the officials say.
And where he threw the flag, I don't even think that was even near the
I didn't see. Yeah, exactly.
It's
so, but yeah, it's a hold. Yeah, usually when it's behind, comes back from the back judge there. That's what it is.
Yeah. Wasn't even at where the plate developed in
right
of attack.
And that's the one thing, you tell your players and you want to say, okay, young players, but you see it at every level. It's like the play is past you. It's on the other side of the field. Come on. And unfortunately, the officials are not going to say, that didn't impact the play. They're going to throw the flag anyway.
Right. Exactly.
So that takes the ball back to the 34-yard line. That'll make it 2nd and about 15 to go. They got to get all the way out to the 49-yard line for a first down. 1:08 clock is moving. Left to play here in the third quarter.
Here comes that post pattern.
Well, and I like, my receiver on the far end there, one-on-one. He doesn't have a lot of help. I mean, the safety is in here inside the hash. Ephraim looking to his left. Oh, and it was picked off, and it's going to go. That's a pick 6. And that is Norman N. Takes it all the way, about 28 yards. And we saw that happened earlier, and we saw that you've got to make sure you're throwing it on the outside shoulder. And he threw it right there.
Right. Telegraphed that.
Yeah.
He telegraphed that all the way. Wow.
Yeah, you got to be able to look that away, look it off, and tell you what, that's about a 20. It looked like about a 28-yard return, pick 6. And Norman, I'm gonna see if I can pronounce. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce Norman Ngon Volalath, maybe. And the extra point is up.
Yeah. Remember there was a movie called Norman, Is That You? Is it
years ago. Yes.
Norman, Is That You? Yeah. Well, this Norman showed up. That's for
he
sure.
did. And that was, I believe he picked it off right around the 26-yard line. I'm going to say 26-yard.
Yeah. Great
pick
read.
6.
Yeah. Great read on his part.
So I tell you what, the score 36-21 and Chief Sealth leading, but 2 of their touchdowns come from some critical errors by Lakeside. The fumble, the fumble that was picked up and returned for a touchdown, and then the pick 6.
Yep. Yeah, but like we said, the quarterback telegraphed that all the way. He just locked on that receiver and was late on that throw.
And we have not seen that out of Ephraim. He has made some good choices.
Right, exactly.
So but again, got lucky in the first half, and there was a play where it's a very similar play. You're throwing across the field like that, and you've got to know that a defender can come in. You've got to throw that up and over.
Yeah, exactly.
That outside shoulder,
right.
and he just didn't do that. So with 43 seconds left to go here in the third quarter, Chief Sealth with the pick 6, and they lead it 36-21. And a squib kicking is picked up, and that is Matthew Zoe, and Zoe trying to make something happen at 30, carrying some guys with him, a flag, and I think it might be a hold because it was thrown right at another Lakeside player. We'll see what the call is. So the referee's conferring, the officials conferring with the Lakeside player, or rather Chief Sealth player right there. I think that is
nope, no flag.
Okay, they wave it off. So and I appreciate that. Say, they have the conference. Well, no, it really wasn't. So
right.
So that means that Lakeside will take over 1st and 10 on their own 32-yard line, trailing 36-21. And, again, there's still a lot of football left to be played here, Mike.
Oh, yeah,
so if you're
definitely.
Lakeside, you can't get too deflated.
No.
You still got a lot of football, a lot of opportunity.
Right.
Car horn there somewhere. I don't know where that's coming from, but and so Lakeside about to take the snap here. 33 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
They're spread out. They're spreading them out.
And the
There's
handoff
there you go.
right up the middle, across to 35. So pickup of maybe 3 yards. We'll see if Jacob Blanchfield. And that's exactly what it is. Thank you, Mr. Lamar Hurd. The legendary hang time.
Yeah.
And he is on the PA announcer here for the Metro League, Seattle Public Schools. So it will be 2nd and 7 to go, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. And some scoring there, a couple scores, actually 3 scores by Chief Sealth, trailing 21-20. They now lead at 36-21, a couple of touchdowns and a field goal. So as we enter into the fourth quarter, Chief Sealth leading Lakeside by a score of 36-21. I'll turn it over to Daniel B for just a minute. Daniel, are there other scores that we want to let people know? We know the next game coming up, Lincoln and Garfield right here, but I'll throw it to Daniel B. Real quick update on other scores around the state.
Correct. That's right. Actually, in action right now, West Seattle and Franklin, and the Quakers are getting the quack beat out of them right now, 35-6 right now, into the third quarter. Pretty good. Definitely a lopsided affair, but last night, the Metro Mountain first game of the season for them. Rainier Beach is now 2 games in the hole, losing that one big, 42-14 to Seattle Prep. Prep is starting the season 2-0. This Panther team has not been this good since COVID. I mean, they won the COVID shortened season that was unofficial, and the Panthers have not started out a season this hot since then. So 42-14, Panthers start out the season 2-0, 1-0. They lead the Mountain Division currently right now. As we mentioned, Garfield hosting Lincoln next. Garfield coming into this game at 7th ranked after being competitive with 4A defending champ Blake Stevens last week. Lincoln, this will be their biggest test since moving to the Mountain Division, so we'll see how they fare.
Thank you, Daniel, for that. And so Lakeside now taking over 2nd and 8 to go. The first play of the fourth quarter, ball's on the 35-yard line. And we mentioned Garfield talking to Reggie Witherspoon III, who I believe will have the play of the week, 1 of 10. And it great, I think it was a 56-yard little screen, and he turned it into a touchdown. But he is a student at Seattle Academy, and we were talking. He said, "Yeah, we beat ourselves." He said, "We just didn't execute."
Right.
And so some of those mistakes, again, early season, you expect that to a certain degree.
Sure.
But I know his dad, Reggie Jr., doesn't play that, and he expects his guys to be disciplined out there. So something Garfield needs to correct, because they have the talent, and they have shown the last couple of years that they are a team to be reckoned with. So they take on Lincoln here in game number 2 of the doubleheader. Right now, pick up all the way up to the 41-yard line. So 3rd and 1, and Ephraim fakes the handoff. He's out to the outside. It's across the 50, across midfield, out to about the 43-yard line of Chief Sealth. So a good play there by quarterback Thomas Ephraim. Kind of faked the hand up the middle, Mike, and took himself.
Yeah, I thought he decided to keep the ball instead of hand it off, because I think he saw the defender right in.
Yeah, so again, the quarterback option there, he could have handed off in the middle, or if he sees something he likes, he did.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like the third part of that. Is you have the running back there where remember Oklahoma used to run that option. 10, 20 yards down the field, the quarterback would throw it out.
Pitch it out.
Remember Joe Washington and Billy Sims and all those guys. Come on, man. All right, so 1st and 10 at the Chief Sealth 44-yard line for the Lions. And Ephraim back looking to his left now, scrambling to the right. Flag's going to be a hold. He's got a receiver, a catch. Oh, and a great catch. And he's going to take it in, but this is going to come back all the way. Did they come? Yeah. Nope, they say he went down at the 1-yard line. That was Matthew Zoe, but it's going to come back because there was a hold way back at midfield. Oh, Mike, you hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Yep. Saw the flag before the throw, and but again, this is something that Lakeside in the first half had a lot of success, kind of getting a guy in the center of the field there, whether you're doing a little drag pattern, whether you're doing a post pattern, whatever it is, slant,
they cleared
out. They haven't been doing that. They haven't turned to that here in the second half. So again, my thing is if it ain't broken,
Yeah, interesting where that that hold came from. I didn't see it, but then again, we can't say everything. I don't know how egregious that was.
Yeah. But again, like we said earlier, I mean, regardless of whether it's right there and impacts the play or not, they're going to call it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And players have to be disciplined and understand that. So that's going to bring it back. Takes the ball back to Lakeside's 46-yard line. So they're going to have, this is a 1st and 20.
Right.
And boy, otherwise they would have the ball on the goal line.
Right.
That's a heartbreak, especially you're down 36-21. And now time is a factor. 10 minutes, the clock is ticking, under 10 minutes left to play in the ball game now. And handoff, and that is a Blanchfield up the middle, and not a lot there, maybe a couple of yards. Let's see where they spot the ball.
The running plays like that are okay if you're setting up something in a play action, but you can't live with that. You've got to make up with 2 scores, 3 scores. So
you've got to move the ball. You got to make something happen.
Yeah, exactly. Those, like you said, those shock plays where you can get the ball up the field.
Yeah, because time being a factor now, we're under 9.5 minutes at 9:25, and the clock is moving. That was a run play, so clock not stopping.
And of course, Sealth is thinking if they get the ball, they're going to run the clock out. They're going to run the ball.
And Sealth has done a good job this second half of running the ball and in between the tackles, and had a lot of success.
Yes, definitely.
So Ephraim's got the ball. He's looking for a receiver. He's got a receiver right over the middle. There he is, and that is Ife Alejo.
I've got a long ways to go though. 3rd down and
Alejo. Is how I'm hearing Lamar pronouncing it.
Yeah, 13. About 13.
Yep.
Yeah, 13.
So 3rd and 13. Ball is across midfield in the Seahawks territory at the 47-yard line, but still 13 to go. Got to get all the way down to the 34-yard line for a first down.
So let's see what they have in their bag of tricks here.
Yep. So trips to 3 receivers to the left.
Right.
1 to the wide to the right. Ephraim
He's
barking
eye
signals.
candy.
Yep.
He's eye candy. There you go.
And
right down
across
the
middle and just overthrows him. He had the receiver there.
Yeah. That was that post, that deep post.
Yep. And he had, I believe that was Nsefo Nola Weir, who caught the first touchdown pass of the ball game.
Yeah.
And
that was almost like a skinny post, right?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. You did,
vertical, more vertical.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nola Weir had a 26-yard touchdon to open up the scoring from Ephraim, but just overthrew him on that play. Right. So, again, you got a point in the ball game now. 8.5 minutes left. You got to go for it. So 4th and 13, balls on the 47-yard, and you're across the midfield. So but
I would give him a run pass option because you could depend on his legs, but
they don't do. He's got pressure coming from the backside, and he's going to be. Oh, he gets away. He gets the pass off. He's got to receive. Oh, one-handed catch. Oh, what a catch. And that may be a first down, Mike.
That's real close. Looks like,
Alejo.
Look where, I'm looking at where the referee is spotting it.
Let's see. Oh, my goodness. So, first of all, I mean, he had a lot of pressure there, and it was Marshawn Tovia.
First down.
Tovia Ford, who was there putting the pressure on Ephraim. Ephraim got away from it, backed up with pressure in his face, got the pass off.
Remarkable.
And the catch there by Alejo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I apologize if I'm not, but he made a great one-handed catch.
Yeah.
And you know what? They said he was short. He was. Yeah, he was about a yard short. Boy, but I tell you, what an exciting play.
Right.
And almost got the first. So they're going to spot the ball at the 35-yard line, a yard short.
Yeah.
And Chief Sealth will take it over there.
Yeah, that was a very athletic play on the young man's part.
Yeah, on both the quarterback and the receiver.
Yeah, to get away to throw that, yeah.
So that's tough. He was not able to get the first down. So Chief Sealth will take over 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line with the 36-21 lead. Handoff up the middle, and like I said, they're going to keep the ball on the ground, and that's what they're doing.
Pound the rock.
And that is number 11, Xavier Wynn, who's been the workhorse in the backfield.
Yep.
And he gets out for about looks like about 4 yards.
4 yards.
4 yard gain.
Yeah.
Now they're marking 4 yard gain.
Yeah.
Out to the 39-yard line.
Keeps the clock running.
Absolutely. And that's what you want.
Yep.
So again, if you're just tuning in, I'm Rick Dupree. That is Mike Yasutaki. Daniel Bellis behind the scenes, pushing all the buttons. Make sure you hear and see the action. And he also giving us the updates as well. We're here live at Memorial Stadium. Game 1 of our doubleheader. Lakeside and Chief Sealth. Chief Sealth leading. And that is the pitch and a hold in the background. But I tell you what, Ocean Freeman's got some room. He's on the sideline. And I tell you what, takes it all the way down across midfield, almost to the 40, but it's coming back. There's a hold. Yep. And the official making it hold back in the backfield. Boy, I used to hate that, man. Make a good run, and there's hold. And, I mean, guys are they're working hard for you, but, man, it's like, God, come on, dude.
But by the time the runner with the ball and the jet sweep was gone,
it was behind. The hole
Oh.
was behind him. So again, I mean, I get it, Mike, when you talk about, there's an infraction, you got to call it, but does it have impact on it? And at some point you say, it really doesn't. So, but hey, it is. You can't hold, and it is what it is.
Yeah, it's also kind of a learning process too.
Yeah.
When to and when not to.
Well, and you as a former lineman, I'm sure you knew all the tricks on trying to, how you get the guy close and you hold him where the official can't see it. And,
Actually, Rick, I was a very clean lineman. I played quick tackle, played center. I never held.
You never held.
But then again, I never blocked either.
Okay. Well, then, good. I don't know if the trade-off I take it or not.
Yeah, you can't hold if you don't block.
Yeah, exactly. Right? I tell you, my style of block was just getting in the way. That's all I could do.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, handoff up the middle, and that is Jalen Pham. Alajaga, and boy, I tell you what, the Lakeside defense is there, gang tackled, and that's going to be a loss back to about the 27.
Yeah.
It's a loss of about 3. So Chief Sealth going the other way. But, the good thing, Mike, is they're up by 15 points, and the ball's on the ground to keep the clock moving.
Right.
6:40 left to go in the ball game.
Yeah. Lakeside obviously knows time is the element now, so they've got to bull their neck and stop them. Here.
Well, and
to have
if they're able to do it here, you're like, well, why weren't you doing it the rest of the game? But it is.
Fortunes change, and it dictates how you perceive and how you play.
But it's like tell the young man, hey, the urgency you played with those last 5 minutes, that's what you want, the whole game. And if guys can get that, so flags flying all over the place, and quarterback Isaac Martinez. And a hit there coming up. Izzy Mbatai. And so there's a hit there, and it looks like Martinez, the quarterback,
he's got a stinger,
and he's in the shoulder, you can see it. So he's walking it off. He's okay, but it looks like you can see he kind of holding that right arm a little bit, and kind of shaking it out. In the meantime, it looks like I believe there's a hold, so the penalty is going to go against Chief Sealth. They're just going in the wrong direction here.
Again, the ball went in another direction from where I saw the hold. So I'm just kind of, on both sides, both teams, like you said, they're making unnecessary plays. Unnecessary holds.
The game getting a little sloppy. You gotta.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. They at this stage of the ball game, but you hope they understand.
Yeah, this is critical here for Lakeside to get a stop, get a quick score, then get the ball back. It's wow, it might be a tough road to hold, but
yeah, absolutely.
But anything can happen in football, so
it can't. I mean, we see what Chief Sealth did at the end of the first half. Had 2 quick scores. So you just never know. And it is a 15-point ball game, so you're looking at 2 scores and at least one
extra points.
Yeah, at least one 2 point.
Right, 2-point conversion.
So Chief Sealth back to kick. 5:53 left to go on the ball game, and Chief Sealth leading 36-21.
Sidewinder kick.
It's going to be fielded by Lakeside at the 42-yard line, and trying to look for some room. You got Connor Kirk.
He blew the whistle premature.
Yeah.
The runner was still running.
So now the officials coming together back at the 30-yard line to confirm that.
Yeah,
was a little perplexing there, Mike. I don't know what to make of that.
The runner was still moving.
Right,
He wasn't tackled.
Right. And so now the officials
They're gonna
Okay, looks like
re-kick?
it looks like they're gonna redo the play.
Okay.
And coming in on the far side of the field, Lincoln in their white uniforms, white pants, white jersey, black helmets, and getting ready to take on
Garfield Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs. Now, I think that's someone's alma mater, isn't it? I don't know who, but
yeah.
You know, my
bad snap.
So the kick, and it's high, and it's going to go out of bounds. Wow, good bounce for Chief Sealth.
Yeah.
And goes about to the 40-yard line. It's going to be down there at the 40-yard line by the Seahawks, and that was Jalen Pham Alajaga.
Lakeside lost about 20 yards on that kick that bounced. Yeah.
And just because the officials, inadvertent whistle or whatever.
Yeah,
that's tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough. I was gonna say that. My mom was a 1945 graduate of Garfield High School.
Wow.
And my uncle, her oldest brother, was in the war. Was a Tuskegee Airman.
Oh, no kidding.
And my aunt lived. And I think at that time, Yesler Terrace was housing for the black military families.
Okay.
My aunt was living there, and my mom's family all lived in Tacoma, and they talked my grandmother into allowing my mom to move in with my aunt.
That's amazing.
And that's how she ended up going to Garfield, because all of her siblings went to Lincoln and Tacoma. That's where she went.
Right, Lincoln and Tacoma. Yeah. Yep.
All right, so the line's high snap, but Ephraim brings it down. He's got a receiver, high throw, but brought down by Izzy Mbatai.
About a 5-yard gain.
Mbatai. And about a 4-yard gain. So it's a good catch by Mbatai. And we got a player down.
Yeah.
Number 40, Caden Lindsay. No, Caden Lindsay of the Seahawks, looking at his left leg. So hopefully nothing serious. The trainer just kind of testing it out there. So we'll see. We'll keep you posted on that. Hopefully he gets up on and is able to get off on his own power.
Yeah.
That's the thing you always hate to see, especially with young kids out here, high schoolers.
Sure.
I mean, any level, but really at this level, that's tough.
Yeah. Kind of wanting to see a little bit of, what do you want to call it? But from Lakeside, I want to see a little bit more focus and, getting rolling. They seem like they're kind of lackadaisical.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just, oh, boy, he needs help.
Yeah. So it looks like it might be an ankle. That is, again, Caden Lindsay limping off.
Yeah, Caden Lindsay.
Well, where's his teammate? Someone get out here to help him out. Come on now. Everybody just looking at him. Trainer's there. But it looks like, so he's putting more pressure on it. So it looks like it's probably just a twisted ankle. Nothing serious, which is good.
Yeah, he's getting.
He's walking off better as he's approaching the sideline there. So that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Still a little gingerly as he's walking. So I wonder if it's a cramp even though, Mike, because he looked like he was almost holding the back of his back of his calf.
Yeah, when they pronate that.
Trying to stretch it out. So
that's a cramp. Or like I said, I want to see a little bit more urgency. From
Lakeside. Out of Lakeside. You got to get some fire, but that that also comes from the coaching staff. You got to fire the guys up, man.
Yeah.
I mean, so Ephraim's got a receiver over the middle, high pass is incomplete, and he was there looking for.
Dropping 6.
Elaiho. I checked that. That might have been check that was number 17, I believe, 17? Was Nola Weir.
Okay. Yeah. Sealth is dropping 6. They're dropping 6.
Yeah.
They're daring them to, pick it.
So 4:55. Yeah, 4:55 left in the ball game. And Chief Sealth leading Lakeside by a score of 36-21. So it'll be a 3rd and about 6 to go for the Lions. Ball on the 46-yard line. Quarterback Thomas Ephraim looking to his right, pressure. Now in the middle, he's got a receiver, and it's complete. And it's going to be real close to the first down for progress. And again, that was Nola Weir. And it's going to be just short. It's across midfield, but just shy of the 49-yard line, Mike. So
they got to go for it.
Yeah, 4th and about a yard to go. And there's no question you're going for it. Looks like a timeout on the field. And I see what you're saying. Just kind of, there's not a sense of urgency. Again, these Oh, they're giving him a first?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, they're saying it is a first. They didn't come out and measure.
Yeah.
I thought it was short, but I stand corrected.
Right, they readjusted.
But even then, I throw that on the coaches in a lot, and you got to fire the kids up. But it's also, and I mean, I kind of compare this back going to my career and in our day, and I mean, I was the kind of player that trying to be a leader out there, didn't need the coach. And I was a guy that's firing up, making decisions,
Right.
and let's do it, and I mean, you're out there on the field, you got to feel for what's going on,
Right.
and
Well, let's face it, quarterbacks are usually the extension of the coach.
Yeah.
Usually that's usually how it works.
So 4:05 left to go in the ball game. Chief Sealth leading Lakeside 36-21. The Lions with the ball just past midfield. And quarterback Thomas Ephraim looking to his right's got a receiver and is complete and then out of bounds. That's going to be a first down at about the 37-yard line.
Right.
So making some positive moves here. That was a Matthew Zoe, I believe. 6'2", 215-pound senior.
He can pick and poke down the field. He's able to do that. And I mean, they're giving him that. So
yeah, absolutely.
Take it.
Yeah, take it. Get your score.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
But they're eating time off the clock. Only 3:50 left to play.
Yeah.
So again, don't go anywhere because coming up, Lincoln and Garfield. Was Lincoln? I forgot what is their nickname? It used to
Lynx.
be. It is the
The
Lynx.
Lynx.
Okay, I was gonna say back in the day. Now they closed and reopened. Now what has
Yeah.
it been about 3, 4, or 5 years they've been open. The Lynx and the Bulldogs coming up
Right.
next. Thomas Ephraim looking to his left now, rolling to the right. He's got a receiver and watching out for the backside. The ball's knocked loose. And coming in again was Marshawn Tovia Ford. And Tovia Ford has put pressure on that backside several times. And the ball's down. And yes, Chief Sealth recovers. So again, Ephraim trying to make a play and just ran out of time. Tovia Ford coming from the backside and was able to knock the ball out. And Chief Sealth recovers. 3:38 left to go in the ball game. And that, I'm not going to say that that's going to be the nail in the coffin, but I'm going to say that that's the nail in the coffin. No.
Yeah, well,
it's close. It's close.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah, it
Even
really
if
is.
They get a stop
Because and you talked about the kind of sense of urgency you want to see, and this seemed a little bit deflated here.
Yeah.
And you got to know, hey, it ain't over till it's over.
Right.
Yeah, you got to keep going.
Yep. They're just going to run the ball. They're going to run the rock here. They're just going to.
So handoff,
right
and that's
there.
a win right up the middle. Breaks. I would say breaks the tackle, but spins
Stay in bounds.
Stay in bounds. Got about a 5-yard gain there. Xavier win.
Lakeside's timeout.
And it looks like Lakeside.
Yeah.
I think that may be. That's their first time out. So they got 2 more. Okay,
Yeah.
they got 2 more.
Right.
Again, if you're just joining us, this is game number 1 of our doubleheader tonight. Lincoln and Chief Sealth, the Seahawks leading the Lions 36-21, 3:29 left to play, but don't go anywhere. Lincoln and Garfield, the Lynx and the Bulldogs coming up next right here on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Well, Rick, being a former coach, this you can learn. Lakeside can learn a lot from this game. They can.
Yeah.
There's some things that they could polish and work out and get better at and fine tune. Blocking was one thing, and the unnecessary holding.
Yeah.
That stuff like that.
And they had a couple critical errors. I mean, they had a couple of fumbles.
Yes.
One fumble was returned for a touchdown.
Yep.
The pick 6.
And
So
the pick
again,
6.
those are things.
Yep.
That, again, that's 14
Yes.
points right there.
Yes.
So now you got a 2-point ball game or a
Right.
1-point ball game
Yes.
because of a 15-point lead. And again, I think those are things that are momentum shifters.
Right. Exactly.
And it deflates. It deflates the team.
Right.
So you're right. A lot that you can learn, and if you can correct those errors, and coming in making a stop, nowhere to go, when gang tackling there.
That's
by,
scrum.
Yeah, by Lakeside, and they
is-
call another timeout.
timeout. Right.
So you got 1 left, 3:20 left to play.
Okay.
So you can, as they say, it ain't over till it's over. But we shall see.
Yeah.
And let me take a look, and I want to just give our listeners a little sense of what is to come in the coming weeks here. So again, tonight, game number 2. Don't go anywhere. Garfield and Lincoln. Next week, O'Day and Rainier Beach at 5:00, followed by Ballard and Lincoln. Then on the 22nd of September, you can hear me along with Edwin Bailey. Yes, Edwin Bailey of the Seahawks, former Seahawk player.
Yeah.
that will be that weekend, the only game that we bring you. But that's a big one. That's a big one. And then we'll have our slate of games in October. But right now, the handoff up the middle, and there's a big hole there. And that is Jalen Pham Alajaga. And Alajaga takes it all the way down to the Lakeside 43-yard line, maybe. 3 minutes left to play. That's going to move the chains. And boy, I tell you what, he had a couple moves right there at the line of scrimmage, right, Mike, and found an opening. And real quickly, that October schedule, October 6th, Bishop Blanchette and Rainier Beach, followed by Prep and Ballard. And then on the 13th, we will bring you O'Day and Ballard versus that is the first game, Rainier Beach and Garfield, the second game. And then our final games of the regular season on the 20th will be Ingram and Franklin at 5 o'clock, followed by Eastside Catholic and Rainier Beach. So a slate of games here, and up the middle, that is, again, Pham Alajaga. And I tell you what, he's found some room there. And almost down for a first down, just short of the first down inside the 35-yard line. So some quick hitters there. And they're going to give him a first down. They're going to say he got it. So 10 yards. I stand corrected. I thought he was just short of it. So they're going to mark the ball at the 34, just inside the 34, actually a 33-yard line, the nose of the football. So 2:10 left to go. And Lakeside, it looks like they've got one more timeout, but they're not going to use it. And the Seahawks lining up on the 33-yard line. Quarterback Isaac Martinez in the gun. Pham Alajaga is next to him. He's got two receivers to the short side of the field. And Pham Alajaga with the ball to the left side, stay in bounds. He cuts it back.
He kept back inside.
And yeah, good job. Good job. Yeah, he was going there and stopped and kind of cut it back in. A gain of about 6. We'll see where they spot it.
Yeah.
But a real good job there by Jalen Pham Alajaga, the 5'9", 195-pound senior. Takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line, I should say. So about a 7-yard pickup. Yeah, we'll call it 6 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 4 to go. And clock moving a minute 19 left to go.
After this play, they'll be under a minute.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Yep.
But don't go anywhere. Like I said, Lincoln and Garfield up next right here. The second game of our doubleheader. And a handoff right up the middle again. And
tough run.
Yep. And maybe about a yard there for Jalen Pham Alajaga. And about 50 seconds left in the ballgame. So maybe one more play. We'll see. And that should do it. Chief Sealth going to walk away 2-0. Lakeside will fall to 0-2 in the season. And it's always a tough way to start 0-2. You know, Lakeside, again, like you said, Mike, some good things they can take away from this ball game. They started out 14-0, and they looked really good.
Yeah, they're very competitive, you know. But
yeah.
like you said, a couple of breaks.
Yeah.
You know, and those you can't coach. You just
have
to
that's
weather
part,
the storm. You have to weather the
exactly.
storm.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You really do.
Yeah.
So 18 seconds left on the clock. This will be the last play. Handoff up the middle, Jalen.
That's it.
Pham Alajaga, and he is brought down, and the clock is at 10 and 9, and that's going to do it. It is winding down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is the ball game. Again, Chief Sealth, the winner, 36-21 over Lakeside. And I tell you, what a ball game it was. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to throw it to Daniel Bellis. He's going to update you on other scores around the city, around the state. And like I said, don't go anywhere because just around the corner, game number 2 of our doubleheader, Lincoln and Garfield, right here at Memorial Stadium, live on Rainier Avenue Radio. Daniel?
That's right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. A couple of games real quick before we head to the intermission between the two games and go to your pre-recorded content on our audio platforms. West Seattle winning that one convincingly 42-6. It moves them to 2-0, tied with Chief Sealth for the lead and the sound. That drops Franklin down to the cellar with Lakeside 0-1, both of them starting for Metro. Also in action, some top-ranked teams, the top 20, early starts for them. Yelm getting first blood on that one against the 4A team Union, 6-0. 5 minutes left in the first for them. Eastside Catholic up already 9-0. 9 minutes left in the first for them. Also in action, with reports here from number 8th ranked Kennewick leads by 1 score, 6-0 over Walla Walla. First quarter, 8 minutes left there. And number 9, Mount Spokane is all knotted up, zip against 4A team Ridgeline in the first quarter. Also, Spanaway Lake, Mount Si, same thing. First quarter just eclipsing right now against there. And Lakes over there, also a Pierce County League team, lead by 1 touchdown over River Ridge. 11 early in that one, 11 minutes left in the first. And we'll have more updates for you in just a little bit. But right now, we're going to take it to pre-recorded content. Thank you for watching us on Rainier Avenue Radio. And we'll be right back with your second game with number 7th ranked Garfield taking on Lincoln in their first Metro Mountain game of since they've reopened.